melodious mermaid voices by speaking Aquan, or really obnoxious cartoon underwater voices. Blah, 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 blah. But just talk normally, and we'll all imagine that those sound effects are happening. So,
because imagination.
Does anyone else speak Aquan besides me?
Tari does.
I think Tari will be joining us in maybe like 3 minutes.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, I got a thumbs up.
Yep.
We had some kid-related stuff, and she was
no
nice enough
worries.
to deal with it.
Yeah, she speaks. Maybe not. She's got common gnomish goblin. I'm not sure. Anyways, you guys still have the benefits of a water breathing spell. So you're magically producing enough oxygen to breathe, cast spells, and hilariously burble to each other underwater. So I guess the real question is, what now?
Burble, long rest, or no burble, long rest? How you guys feeling about that?
We just took a long rest. I don't think we can do that again.
Serpent like coiled around something, or?
Yeah, I think you were the only one that could see.
Yeah, I'm gonna
right now.
push the body aside and like make my way into this little room.
Yeah, so there is a larger one of those tentacly pedestals, and this has a sphere similar to the ones you've seen upstairs, but it glows with a very violent sort of purple glow coming from the inside. It almost sort of pulses like a heartbeat. You can kind of see the outline of something sharp with many kind of bladed points sort of inside the sphere.
Crash, did you say violent? Like violent or violet?
Yeah, violent. So like,
okay.
It'll kind of like go dim, and then there'll be like a poof of light, and then it'll kind of go dim again, and then there'll be another poof of light.
What does the object inside it? Does it look like alive? Does it appear to move like?
It looks extremely man-made. Sharp angles. If you had to guess, you would say it is a weapon of some kind, maybe a spear or a trident. The implication there is that either it's a very short spear or the weapon itself goes into the pedestal and the head of the weapon is encompassed by this sphere. You also notice that the water down here was described as being very cold, but the water in this room is unnaturally warm.
Oh, that feels so nice.
Yeah, it's like going into like when you're in the ocean, right? And you go from like a cold spot to a warm spot. It's that kind of feeling as you kind of move into this room. It is warmer in here.
We're not 100% sure this thing didn't pee in the room.
I'll approach it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna whisper.
I haven't touched it yet. I'm just approaching.
I wanna, if I can't get Cadenex's, or not Cadenex's, but Pharos' attention and get him.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
And like kind of like point at the sphere.
Toothless, can you jump into private chat with me?
Oh no! Please don't do
this. Yeah, for sure. That sounds amazing. I've been waiting for this forever.
Freaking knew it. Get out of here. Jeez. Just leave.
No!
Whatever. Of course.
Oh,
welcome.
You want my attention for? Or?
I think maybe that was a.
To look at the object and see what kind of
magic. See if it's magical.
See what kind of magic. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think maybe that was. I think maybe that was a side thing with Buddy. But I don't know.
Yeah.
For sure. Like
totally
why would he be so eager? Whatever.
I don't know. That's if it's like got like an AoE.
Do any of you have
like,
hold person?
I do not.
Okay.
Let's see if I can still cast it.
Okay.
Yeah, I can cast spell magic. But do I cast it on the thing itself, or do I cast it on him?
I don't know. I guess we'll see. Probably on him, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so nervous.
So how's everyone's weekend?
Are you still okay? We're fine. Are you still low health, Pharaohs? Right? You have like 1 health.
I am 18 out of 28.
Okay.
That's all you got from the the healing? You
No,
rolled really
well,
poorly.
the healing spirit didn't heal me.
Didn't heal you?
No, I was too far away
After
from
the
it.
rounds, no, after the rounds finished, he let us all roll a certain amount of
Yeah,
times.
5d6 plus 6.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So you can roll 5d6 right now. So that way you can heal. Because you're supposed
Oh
to do it.
no, I did.
You did?
Yeah, I did. I got 16.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was at 2.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you rolled 1, 2,
Yeah.
3. Yeah.
Yeah, I died. I went to 0.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
All right, so
that sounds very nervous.
While that was going on, what was everybody else up to?
So I was gonna look at the orb to see what school of magic or what kind of magic is emanating from the orb.
It's definitely abjuration.
Okay.
For sure. It is a similar magic to the keys that were used to unlock this place.
Does the orb seem like fastened down, or does it feel like you could like roll it off the pedestal or whatever?
It definitely seems fastened in place, and it is a stronger magic than the orbs. Looking at it, it also seems to be a different material. Whereas the keys were made of that green stone, this seems to be made of an organic material, a flesh-like material.
Jesus.
Oh. Does anyone want to touch it? I convey this to it's like, hey guys, any opinions?
You said did the tentacles look like stone, or like they were made or shaped, or did
Yeah, everything in this room is made of that same sort of green tufa stone looking corally substance. But the sphere itself definitely seems to be organic.
Crash, I want to cut the head off the beast.
Can I actually help him with that?
Yeah, you guys can work together and cut the head off that beast. All right. That should light the room up a little bit better. There we go. Maybe not. I don't know.
A little.
All right. Let's see.
I guess I could like walk up. I could volunteer myself to like poke at it. I guess.
All right. You cut loose the head of the creature. As you do, you see its innards are also filled with those tiny purple lamprey-like creatures that start to just flit around the water. Hopefully none of them are going into ears and, other places like that.
When Toothless got close to the orb, does he appear to be any different than normal?
I mean, boy, that's a paranoid question. I don't know, Thogrim. Go ahead and give me an insight check. And Toothless, will you please give me a deception check?
How does Buddy look?
Buddy is apparently out. Buddy's apparently out in the hallway.
Oh yeah, he is.
I mean, he looks better than ever.
Okay.
Yeah. Hale and hearty, crocodile tough. He's looking great. I would think that he might even look back at you, his face occasionally lit by the pulsing purple light, and just give you a big toothy smile.
Not creepy at all.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice to see you, Thogrim.
He's like the round SpongeBob, where he's like smooth. It's like, hi, how's it going?
Pharos, can you jump in a private chat with me real quick?
Uh-oh. What did I do?
Go to...
That makes me want to cast Detect Magic.
Yep, that makes sense. I don't know why, but it could.
No. Boy.
You guys looking forward to the snow, Greg?
We are. I mean, I love skiing. As a crocodile druid, it's great. No, but it seems like maybe a foot, which is pretty exciting.
Oh, yeah. Seems pretty bad.
You guys are in Colorado Springs, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if I lived in a place where it snowed like 1,000 inches a year, I would be in heaven. So
Really?
anytime it snows, yeah, I'm crazy, as you all know.
Yeah, but the only good thing is I usually don't have to go to work, so but I'm off all next week.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, we should definitely do like a, I don't know, whether it's in the Springs or in Denver, we should do like a one shot or two. That would be really fun.
Oh yeah.
That'd be cool.
Spencer could meet Paddington.
Paddington, a little dog or a big dog?
He's 55 pounds these days.
Okay.
Probably.
Okay. Yeah.
Although Spencer
He
likes, I mean, he likes all dogs.
Yeah,
I know.
he
I
did.
just don't want him to like step on like a little dog. You know?
Is Spencer a big dog?
Yeah, he's a German Shepherd.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. That'd be good for Paddington.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
All right,
the little
so-
dogs.
Yeah,
Go ahead, sorry,
Thogrim,
yeah.
you see Pharos kind of start swimming in place, similar to how Toothless did. Not saying anything, just sort of staring at the orb. And then he seems to sort of return to his senses.
Pharos, how you doing?
I'm it's fine. I feel like I think it's alive, the orb.
The orb is alive.
Toothless, what did you hear? Did you hear anything?
I did. I heard a voice. It asked me questions. It seems to potentially support the Sahauken and what they're doing, although it's not 100% clear.
Who has the one with the notebook? The one who takes notes?
Is there Illyria, perhaps?
Illyria. Who's the one who, the depths? She who sleeps in the depths or hungers in the depths? Something in the depths.
It knows us?
No. Is there a...
Tari?
No, I'm asking. Like, you know...
Oh, would, Oakham told me about the who sleeps in the depth?
Yeah. Do you know anything about that?
I think
Do
that's
I know
their
anything about
god.
that?
I mean, everything that we previously discussed, that the that the Sahaugen, yeah, we're trying to get whatever was down here in preparation for her awakening.
Right. So I believe this weapon is supposed to be used against her or it.
Just be used against it.
Then why would they seek it so? That doesn't make sense.
Probably to destroy it. Or seal it away.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think we can get it now.
I must say, I would never say that I was scared, but if I did say I was scared, I would say it right now.
Toothless scared.
Oh, gotta hear heartbeats.
I don't like it.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like So.
But perhaps you asked, as they might say in human language, more effective questions, Veros. And also, there's a heartbeat. Holy shit! That I can hear, in the background.
Yeah, I know. I'm hearing that. It's spooky. But
stop.
I would
crash.
No, it's nice to have like music powers again. Like I've been wallowing this year with the updates to Roll20 music, so
I would say
it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Does the Crash? Does it feel like the orb has like an affinity towards? Can I tell if it has like an affinity towards any particular person in this room, or like?
You could certainly attempt an Arcana check, maybe.
Okay.
To check it out a little bit more. Yeah, and anyone else that is interested and wants to jump in, they're. Yeah. This is not like nothing that you have seen before, and nothing that you have reviewed with your patron.
Wow, Jesus.
In fact, in your defense, I don't think your patron would even know what this is, because this is kind of outside of that individual's, sphere of influence.
It's just because it's an orb.
I was thinking more because it's like a weird alienist flesh construct kind of thing, but
Can I would like to touch it.
Yeah, I'd like you to touch it.
Okay.
All right.
I'll poke it. I'll like put my palm
that's what
on it.
everybody says. All right, you reach out and you touch it. Go ahead and make a charisma saving throw, please.
Oh.
I can do that. I can do that all day.
Yeah.
I'm
glad you touched it. Thank you, Pharos, for doing that.
As you touch it, it feels, it feels warm. It feels fleshy. It almost sort of writhes beneath your touch a bit as you touch it.
Is it like jello?
And,
do I have to like reach inside of it, or?
Well, it's thick, and you realize that it is a membrane, almost like an egg sac, almost of like fleshy, kind of material, and it is semi-opaque. And when you see that light kind of flash, you can see that series of metallic objects that are inside of it.
Okay. Can I like flex the like dragon claws at it and like kind of like roar my way into it, or is it like?
I mean, if you'd like, you want to try to essentially kind of slice it open.
Sure. Do that.
Okay.
Everyone else can back up if they want.
Okay. And they do. All right.
They do.
No, Toothless will stick around.
Okay.
He's gonna chill with Pharos. He's talked to this being.
All right. Okay. How do you want to do this? You want to be tough, or you want to be slick?
Let's go with the tough route.
All right, that would be athletics then.
Okay. Oh, the slick route would have been dexterity, or?
Yeah, that would have been sleight of hand.
Okay, let's do athletics then.
Ooh.
Clutch.
All right. Yeah, as you try to kind of take your claws and you sort of run it over the surface, it sort of like shrinks, it contracts a little bit away from your claw, and you sort of scratch along. You see small trails of purple liquid kind of bleed out into the salty water around you, but you were not able to pierce the membrane.
Okay.
Can you please jump into secret?
Okay. I made it mad, I think.
Am I okay?
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, are you okay?
I'm
Methinks the
glad-
lady
oh,
doth
no,
protest too much.
No, I'm still here. That's cool. That's cool.
Who are you
what
really?
If we put a mage hand in?
It's
Do you
in
trust what it said to you? Or I guess.
I think he can't.
Yeah,
I don't
so
think he's allowed
it-
to say.
I mean, I think Toothless could say that it wants to.
There's some filter here.
Well,
There is.
Pharaoh's told us some stuff.
Yeah.
There's a little bit. Yeah, I basically said like I don't want to like see the like lands above us destroyed, and it went like totally quiet.
I didn't like that.
I didn't like that. But I'm guessing we can find some common ground. Question mark? Question mark? Question mark?
I have
weapons.
a super good athletics check. I could probably take it, but
Sure, your charisma is
oh, here's that
there's a
wisdom set.
save.
Yeah. Ha.
Nice! Yay!
Okay.
All right.
So I'll attempt to like more forcefully like punch my way in to the orb if I can, or if I can't do it, I'll like summon like a small sword or dagger.
Okay.
And I'll give him a bardic inspiration.
Oh.
I'll
All
play a
right.
little.
And could Toothless
Warble
help
a
him?
little screeching
Yeah,
song for him.
If you guys combined efforts, one of you could roll with advantage, and then toss the bardic inspiration on there if you felt you needed it.
Can I do guidance, or is it not
Yeah,
guidance?
guidance
related?
could work too. Yeah, it's a skill check.
Alright.
Okay.
Giddy up, everyone.
All right, so you're juicing like crazy. Well, not really. It's a 2, but damn, 10% increase. All right, what else you got?
So just do athletics again,
Yeah, if you're gonna try to muscle your way in.
or yeah, okay, if I can't, or just like punch it in with a like a sword.
All right, so you and Toothless kind of start pulling at the
You have
membrane,
a D8 also, Ferris.
trying to tear it.
oh,
You got a
D8.
12. Do you want to throw a D8 on there, or you?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. YOLO.
Oh,
Oh.
no. Oh.
Yoda.
Oh!
Wait, we
Just
still have
yoked.
we have the GM
Can
die
I-
last time. We
Yeah.
didn't. Or-
Toothless and Pharaohs, you guys both feel, in your minds, just an absolute sense of disappointment. Like if you've ever had like a male father figure in your life and you really just like let him down, and like, you know, like you went to kick the football and Lucy took it away, like you feel that level of disappointment.
Can I whack the orb?
While
yeah.
he's doing that, can I
Yeah.
like tap Skull and
Yeah.
Skull? Perhaps you should get in there. I think they're having a little bit of trouble.
All right. As you slash at
I
it,
don't trust it.
you are able to hit it, but it does 8 damage does nothing to it.
Pharaohs, do we actually want to be damaging it?
I don't know if you're damaging it. Let's see. What is a like the most concerted effort to like push an arm into it?
That's represented by your athletics, man. If you've got the
Right.
the strength, you've got the strength.
Okay.
This is like some sword in the stone kind of thing going on. unless you find another way.
Do you really think I should, Illyria?
Perhaps. Maybe see what it wants. At the very least.
Guess we didn't come down here for nothing. I will approach it.
Go on.
Don't panic if you notice me in your character sheet, Skull. It's no big deal. Everything's fine. Okay.
This is
Good. All right, can you jump into secret chat real quick?
Yeah.
As you approach, a male voice, a bit exasperated,
yeah.
says, there are many of you. Who am I speaking with this time? Hopefully not a fool and a weakling like the others.
I am Skullblackus. I am no weakling.
We shall see. Why are you here, Skullblackus? I see. You don't know. Interesting. Do you even know what I am?
No, I don't.
Then it is unlikely that you would know if it is time. Is it time?
For this man.
All right, go ahead and roll a wisdom saving throw for me. All right, let's jump back into chat.
This skull. That's amazing. All right, good job, Skull. 16 wisdom.
All right, what's the plan, folks?
I finger a little melody on my lute and say, "Tell me," and I cast Detect Thoughts.
Oh, on the orb?
Yeah.
Or on what everyone seems to think is in the orb, or on the orb, or just in the general direction?
Yeah, it's one creature that I can see within 30 feet of me. So I guess it's whatever people are trying to get to.
Okay.
Whatever. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll ask, like, what seems the most sentient?
Let's hop on over to secret chat then.
Oh, great.
I want to go to secret chat.
Never done that.
I think you have to do insane things to it. Maybe? Oh, jeez. I don't... Yeah. Can we just find Baby Yoda? I want Baby Yoda.
Right?
Baby Yoda.
Isn't Baby Yoda like the greatest thing ever?
Yes.
For some reason, every time I look at Baby Yoda in the floating chair, I think of like Frieza from like. I think of...
Yeah. But like a billion times more adorable.
It's amazing. I would die for Baby Yoda.
don't know. Short of going and talking to this thing myself, I don't really have any ideas.
Yeah, my only idea is actually like jumping into where it is and seeing what happens beyond that. But I don't think it's gonna. Yeah, I don't know.
Skull, what's your impression?
Oh yeah, for those of us that have been there, any ideas?
I didn't get any information.
Yeah.
Do I think you're lying?
Completely out of character. I straight up just embarrassed myself. And oh.
Why?
He was talking to me. I didn't really have any kind of response for it. So.
Oh, I mean, Skull, you shouldn't feel too bad about that. You and I, yeah, I think a couple of us were there.
Sorry, we'll get it.
I want to go talk to him. I just want to be in secret chat. That's all.
I just want to be.
Thogrub demands secret chat.
Yeah. Can we just go to
secret chat?
We don't even have to talk.
We're
about
gonna make our own secret chat.
Wait. What? Just whenever Crash comes back.
When he comes back, we all go to secret chat.
We all touch the ball at the same time.
I kind of think we should, honestly.
I'm pretty sure I could get it out of there. I haven't tried an athletics check, but
that's not a bad.
I'm worried about what it might happen.
But yeah, Skull should be definitely better.
But the thing is like, does it talk to us all together, or does it talk to us all at once by ourselves? Because if
and whatever we're talking to is like, I think pretty legitimately like powerful. So that was why I was like, oh my god, I should, maybe. But I was like, I want to run away.
This is the next 3 hours, guys.
Yeah,
Looking
just
to ball.
Alternating secret chat.
I kind of wish I could hear what Teri's saying, but I can't. Even though she's so close.
Oh no!
Well, that's not a save, so that's good. That's just not a save.
Okay.
I think Teri's like the best player we have, like the role play wise. So I'm just like she'll take care of it. I don't.
Oh, she's
I felt so
dedicated. I can see the look.
The look and the ambition, baby.
So nervous. I don't like not knowing, like seeing all the cards on the table kind of thing. Like,
what do they mean?
My instinct is to go up and smash this thing.
Yeah, mine too. Mine was to like dive into its like bulbous aura, which is probably not a good idea.
You should try it.
I did get pretty lucky with that wisdom save, though. I'm not gonna lie. That's the worst thing that could ever happen to me.
Here we go.
Just looking at the facial expressions, we'll see what happens. I like walking around, since I can't hear.
We didn't see Toothless's wisdom save, so
did he have?
He could have rolled it to the GM.
I did.
Yeah.
Also, this heavy breathing is horrible. Like, it needs to stop. Oh god.
Yeah, the heartbeats. Yeah.
That's me.
I'm gonna have like nightmares tonight, I think.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh.
Okay. Pharos, Toothless, and Skull. Each of you takes 5 points of psychic damage.
Ow.
Okay.
And you feel as if something is telling you to go away.
Yeah, screw that.
No, I chastise it. It's like I like put my hands on it like someone's like yelling at a like store that's closing, like pointing at it.
I guess he would look at Tari and be like, should we leave for now?
Oh, there I am. I mean, I swim over and try to take it.
Okay. Yeah, as you reach out to touch the membrane, you feel like a warm, wet, fleshy surface yield, and your hand passes through it. Inside, you take a point of damage as you cut your hand on some very sharp blades. But you were able to grab it and pull it free from the membrane. And
Okay.
it looks like, let's see. It's a big boy. It's about, I want to say, 7 feet.
What?
long. Yeah. About 6 feet long.
It's taller than me. Wow.
Oh,
Strange.
wow. That looks hot.
Cool looking.
Yeah. I want that.
I feel like it matches my outfit.
No, it matches my outfit.
It's cool as shit.
Yeah.
All right. As
okay.
you hold it, you feel it thrum with power to the rhythm of the heartbeat that you are feeling and hearing in the water.
Okay. I have accepted it on behalf of the party. Hopefully that was what we were supposed to do. Now can we, shall we leave?
Yes. Let's leave. This
When
seems prudent.
when she says that she's accepted it, do I believe that she has actually made the decision to accept it?
Sure. Give me a insight check. Tari, you can attempt deception with advantage.
Can I also do an insight check too?
Yeah, everybody can try to insider.
Sorry, we're
Go crazy. Go crazy.
Yeah. Oprah. Fun
What is the-
times.
Yeah.
What are these rolls?
Okay.
Toothless.
Yeah, Toothless, I mean, she says that she accepted on behalf of the party. That's exactly what she seems to think she did.
She did look at me across from the room, so I think she's probably truthful.
Okay.
But you know, you can never know.
Yeah.
So Toothless is gonna accept that.
Yeah. The rest of you, it's hard to read her. It's hard to know. I mean, it seems like she said she accepted on behalf of the party, reached in and grabbed it. Like 3 of your toughest peeps were up there trying to get it. They couldn't get at it. So
I didn't get an attempt, but okay.
you were defeated by your own hesitation.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Toothless.
I mean, I just told it I wanted it. I told it we would fuck some shit up, so can we go fuck some shit up?
I
Seems
like-
very untari.
Yeah. Yeah.
What did-
Really good
That
deception
doesn't
there.
sound like you.
Yeah. Why? What shit do you want to fuck?
Yeah. What sort of shit are you trying to?
Can you even use that thing? 'Cause,
I'm sure it gives her proficiency in itself.
I
I pick up my
get
new
that,
head. Pick up my new head and let's get out of here.
Okay.
Do you know what that thing does?
Can I feel what it does? Do I Have any
You would
idea?
need to attune
Attune to it? Okay.
But
Can I feel it like communing with me anymore? Or?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It is so full of joy right now. And you can kind of you're getting like a second like a low, what is it? Secondhand smoke kind of thing. Like its joy is almost kind of like affecting you a little bit. It is that pleased with what's happening.
Awesome.
All right.
Well, Illyria, I think maybe we should take it to our wizard friend, perhaps.
Right now?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have anywhere else that we were. That was what we came down here for, right? It wasn't like we had to bring it somewhere. We just have to, right? Anyway, yes, that's what I say.
Should we finish checking this place out?
I would.
Are we to assume that that is the weapon?
Yeah.
That's what I'm assuming.
What happened to the orb after it got removed?
It is not glowing. It's just sort of like, there. Like it's intact. When she pulled it out, it just sort of pulled right through with kind of like a kind of, like fleshy, grippy sound, and then it kind of went back to its normal shape.
And I say, as far as I know, we are equal willing participants in this process. It just wanted out, and I told it I would take it out. I told it I would give it what it wanted.
What
I think that there's a way that our goals align.
Can you
but let's not get into the details too much at the moment.
What process?
This is the session right here, so like does the heartbeat stop?
If you're in trouble, blink twice.
I blink once in the normal fashion.
Okay, fair enough. Where's Buddy?
Is the heartbeat still going?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's healthier than ever now that you've birthed it into the world.
When do you think you can blink twice to discuss Turi?
What?
When do you think you can blink twice to discuss things, Turi? She blinks once.
I'm afraid I don't exactly understand the question. Are we gonna explore more, or are we gonna get out?
I kind of want to know what's going on, but Toothless will keep moving on.
I mean, I thought we came down here to get the weapon and take it away with us, so that's what I did. So I'm suggesting that we continue in that aim.
I'm gonna start walking down, like bounding down the hall to go check out the rest of the.
So we should leave.
Rest of the place.
If we don't want the
there's
weapon
worse things than being possessed by a sentient weapon. You could be possessed by a demon.
Toothless is so confused. Like, are we gonna leave?
Really depends on the weapon.
Like,
Really
but guys, like, what do we want to do?
Tari, if you want to whisper back, just do slash.
Shit, sorry.
No, just do slash W space.
Oh my god.
Everyone just kill Tari. That's
Oh
it.
no!
Oh, let's play it right. This is fun. This is fun. Come on.
It's a joke.
It's
No,
fun.
it's fine. It's fine. I'm getting
This
rid
is Dungeons and Dragons. Come on.
Yeah. You guys are fun.
What? No. What do we want to do, guys? Are we gonna leave? Are we gonna explore some more?
Look, y'all,
I figured
Tari
explore. I didn't.
found something cool.
it loves violence. Did we not already know that? It wants to murder things. I mean, I don't want it to murder you. Let's get out of here.
Give that corpse a stab. Let it out.
Tari, my dearest, does it want to murder me?
I think it wants to murder everything, but you in particular, I don't want it to murder.
Um,
Man.
Shianis.
Well... Oceanus, could you please grab that from Tari?
No.
No.
I'm not touching
No,
that.
no.
Yeah, probably best we
Maybe
don't do that.
just stay with me.
Let's just move along.
Here we're going.
Move along.
All right, vote. Are we gonna explore the rest of this place, or are we getting out of here?
Yeah,
We do have a sort of a timeline going. This is how we're gonna be here soon.
And
We don't know when they'll be here.
And do we want to be like with someone who might murder us?
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
We don't know if she's gonna. She seems just a little bit more
Toothless, why don't you ask
panicked
Buddy
than
what he
normal.
thinks of this?
Oh.
Who?
Sure.
Buddy.
Can Buddy ask? Can he do like an insight check on Tari?
Yeah. Hold on.
What? D20?
Oh man. Maybe it's the current flowing through the chamber, but he starts kind of drifting in your arms, waving his arms up and down like a wacky inflatable waving noodle man. Yeah, which I don't know how you interpret that. That is how he responds.
Fleeing. I think we should flee. We should leave.
Toothless.
Yeah.
I mean, we're never gonna be back
Can
down
you
here
tell
again.
me about your doll? Like,
He wears a cute sailor hat.
he doesn't
He's-
seem magic.
He looks at Thogrum in weird ways. He waves his arms up. With some questions.
Heartbeat is making me sick.
He may have a heartbeat that makes some people sick. We haven't really figured. Honestly, we haven't figured him out yet. We'll hopefully get there at some point in time, but it's gonna take a little bit of time.
Okay, because he doesn't seem magic so far.
Not yet.
So I guess we can explore.
No, I
No,
don't trust that at all. No.
Wait, just type. Wait! Don't stop typing. Stop typing. Just maybe type in Discord.
I mean, honestly, you could kind of tell that a person's having a psychic conversation because they would kind of like zone out a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, unless they're a psionicist that does it all the time, right? Or an awakened divine warlock or something like that. Yeah, I mean, there's a certain amount of like, why is that person clutching the weapon and being so quiet all of a sudden, kind of thing.
Yeah, so this hurts me. I'm gonna go up to Thorgrim and like, and I guess Illyria is right there as well. Thorgrim and Illyria. What do you think?
I don't know. Turi
Should
seems.
we follow her?
Well,
or
I say we play it by ear for a little while, and
not? Okay.
if things start to get too dicey, I might have an idea.
It's
for now-
clear that the weapon has possessed your friend.
I mean, what are the chances it kills all of us instantly? I mean, come on, it can't be that bad.
That's right. Fuck them. Let's go on. Yeah.
In my experience, just obeying the thing seems to work out. Seems to work.
All right, well, I for one want to see the rest of this place and see what it has to offer, so I'm gonna start to move my way this way.
I like his idea.
I'll follow.
Can Spencer and I just keep an eye on Turi
Yeah,
as
sure.
we walk through?
Can Buddy keep
May
an eye
I say
on
this out
Turi
loud?
as well?
May I know your name, friend? What name do you choose to be called by?
All right. Everyone within 60 feet of Tari,
Jesus Christ.
you hear a voice say,
Uh,
I am known as Surge.
Oh, Surge. Okay. Surge will clear out the ectophasms, and he wants to leave. He doesn't want to explore anymore.
Who is
Well,
Surge?
I think that's his problem.
Trident. All right.
So, I mean, he can have the ectoplasms. That's fine with me.
What
I
will
don't
he
know.
do with the ectoplasms?
Call them off
Mhm.
so we have safe passage out of here.
I feel so skeptical.
No, so Surge, can we imagine if Surge could hear all of us, or is it just like it's like a one-way thing?
I mean, there's no instruction manual.
Okay. Like, well, Surge, what's gonna happen if we just keep exploring, or we just ignore you?
Just like I killed Baby Grimace, I will kill Tari.
You feel Pharaoh.
No, I was joking. I was actually 100% joking.
So, Pharos, you feel like if psychic communication was a Discord channel, Surge has right-clicked and muted you. Yeah, like he doesn't care about anything that you have to say.
Oh, rude.
Feros, what did you ask?
No, I was saying, like, what if we didn't listen to him, or...
Oh. And,
The boss of
the others want to stay, and I am not entirely against it. What do you have against staying? Or, why? You've been down here a long time, I imagine. But surely there is more.
What's
down
30 more
here.
minutes?
I think we should kill what's down here. What do you
Doesn't
think
that thing
about
want
it?
You
to
have
kill
no worthy
the...
opponent here.
Tari? No, Tari, are you
All right.
amenable to
Well, let's
us
explore then.
killing the thing that's down here?
Yes.
Ah, good. Let's explore and kill.
All right, go ahead, guys.
Boop, boop, boop. I'm just gonna start making my way down.
Yep.
This edge.
Follow Thorgrim.
Just gonna look around.
Spencer will
Where are
be
you,
Thorgrim.
Thorgrim?
I went all the way around the corner this way.
Okay, cool. Got ya.
Just
Oh, wait. Did Tari already pass?
Guys, it's a circle.
It
I know,
is.
I'm just-
Yeah, it's not great.
gotta explore the entire map, you know? I mean, you know how it is.
You gotta reveal the whole map, guys.
Alright.
You guys go down.
Alright. I've seen what I need to see over here. Come back.
Just follow Thorgrim.
You do occasionally see glimpses of your jellyfish friends kind of drifting by. They do not seem hostile to you at this time.
Crash, I beamed onto like a weird other part of the map. Sorry.
Oh, really?
It did.
Oh, yeah. Gosh, we're gonna have to petition a GM to get you unstuck.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or you have to wait for your Hearthstone to charge. All right. Or if it's the olden days, like EverQuest, you just cry a lot.
I mean, maybe both. Maybe both.
Yeah.
And this room right here, does this center like pedestal thing, does it match the one that that other orb is on?
No, it is much smaller. This one was similar to like the pedestal that the keys from upstairs would have been placed on. It does seem that at one time, maybe like a museum almost, or a vault, there would have been other things stored down here in similar methods, perhaps. But nothing was as ornate or grand as the one that you guys encountered.
Well, it looks like we've checked a lot of this place out. I mean,
Okay.
We went up here?
yeah, it goes back on round into.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's that moving around?
it's
It's
bloody.
one of the jellyfish.
Scott, was you going to say something? I mean, is there something else you want to look at?
Nope.
Well, I feel like there's probably more to this place. But
Yeah, we didn't go this way.
which way?
Down here. We went up.
Yeah, it closes up.
Oh.
It does?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see it. Okay, let's get. I mean,
Yeah,
this is
it's exactly the same.
this
way.
this completely pitch black map might suggest otherwise, but fine.
Yeah.
Let's just leave.
There's a let's see.
Don't know how else. I mean, to go about this. Tariq, could you possibly ask your new friend there if there's anything else worth looking at?
Oh, Toothless. While you're in that room.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Move back. Yep.
Yeah. Because your passive perception qualifies you for the Peter Tingle package. While you were in that room, you did notice something kind of buried. Here, I'll put you back in there, all by yourself. Nobody else should come right now.
No.
Yeah.
Yep, say away.
Yeah. In this rubble and debris, one of the rocks in the rubble and debris looked less like a bundle of, less like broken stone and collapsed rock, and more like a tiny little octopus.
Aw, like
Oh, is it like a baby Yoda?
Well, when you kind of crouch down to take a look at it,
he will.
or
Yeah,
yeah. So you
yeah,
kind
for
of
sure.
swim down, right? Because you whatevs. And you kind of are looking at it. It seems to be a sculpture, maybe the size of like an orange or an apple, of an octopus.
He'll like snuggle up to it, grab it.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That was the only thing of interest that you noticed that no one else's passive picked up on.
Yeah, into the fanny pack of holding. Sounds good.
we can still read what you're writing.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I start typing for
we'll
GM,
just-
and then
we'll
it
just
pops
switch,
back
we'll
into
just
the,
switch
but
to
yeah.
Discord. It's okay.
Yeah.
These nosies, we don't want them butting in. So, gosh.
Well, Thogrim, you asked me to ask it if there was anything
Just
here,
wait
so I
until
asked
you're done.
if there was anything here for it to kill, or if there's any other powers. And then I was gonna ask if there was anything else that we should check out. But did Crash? Crash, did you want me in the secret meeting or not?
No. I'm just gonna
Okay.
message you via Discord.
Oh, okay. All right.
That way we don't have to remember to put whispers in there and all that jazz. In a way,
I mean, kind of, yeah.
I kind of like the occasional like
Muttered.
muttering
Yeah,
aloud what you're
yeah.
saying. Yeah, it's, like kind of creepy.
Just watching you.
And Crash, I'll probably do like a somewhat thorough search of the room just to make sure there, aren't like trapdoors or whatever, but not expecting too much.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, again, like I do keep in mind your Peter tingle as you move through. So if there was anything that would have registered for you, like secret doors or anything like that, I definitely would have let you guys know.
Sounds good.
Oh well,
Hmm.
let's
Yeah,
let's go have the Earth or the world destroyed, I guess.
yeah, I guess.
All right. I guess I'll hero stack you guys, and
Yeah.
you can swim back up and start making your way to wherever you're planning to go next. Hope I don't forget anybody. Anybody trying to hide here and not come up? So like, no? Okay.
No.
Boop. Let's see. Flooded caverns. There we go. Hmm. Let's see. While you guys are moving around, I'll check my music. Yay!
Crash, did you have the clock on my character for a reason, or is that just a leftover from?
It's leftover. Those are your miniatures before you went down.
Okay, just making sure.
You're gonna die in 7 days.
Oh damn! Really?
Man, that got yeah. It was nice to play with you, Thogrum.
Crash, is the shark still here?
What? It's like dead body?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't it be?
Okay.
What? Is there something
oh
that?
God, no.
Is there something you know that I don't know about the shark? Like,
no.
Moving quickly.
I thought it
Okay.
might be gone. It's good to know.
I mean, clue me in. Like, why wouldn't it be there? Like, is there?
There are 2 other spiders on the loose somewhere, and I don't know that though.
Okay. Oh, they left without Tari.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the worst thing that could possibly happen. This is back to life.
It is.
Still hear you.
Don't worry, Oceanus helped you catch up with the rest of the party.
Thank you.
Buddy spits on the shark.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck that shark.
You guys do feel as you approach the shark, sort of psychic hissing. Looking at it, you do see that there are gray slimes oozing in and out of the corpse.
Ugh.
Yep.
So I don't know if you guys want to start making intelligence saves against psychic attacks, or if you want to fight them, you certainly can. But it does seem like there's a good number of them slowly but surely consuming the shark.
Yeah, let's go
Good.
elsewhere. Yeah.
Okay.
Of life.
All right, buddy,
Alright.
show us the way.
And I'm just.
Oceanus.
All right. So you guys continue on your way. Octopus is definitely gone. Let's see. Yeah, I will be honest. If you'd like, I could just take you back to the surface rather than you guys continue to move through the dungeon, because I believe your path is clear, assuming you don't get up to any additional shenanigans. If you want to keep shenanigans on the menu, though, we can go manually. What would you prefer?
I don't have any shenanigans I could get up to.
Yeah.
All right. So let's hero stack you, and I'll grab everybody and take you to the surface.
Do I get anything from my patron through this, like meandering through the this cave, or this is just kind of like laissez-faire with it, or?
Like any like hints or like emails, like that kind of thing.
Emails or like telegrams, or?
You actually haven't had too much correspondence lately with them, but that might be something you remedy at some point.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So we got everybody here. You'll go back up to Thousand Tooth Island. I guess my question is, where do you plan to go next?
Lizard folk.
Is that the plan, lizard folk?
Crash.
Yeah.
Can I talk to you in the secret channel real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Ooh.
Oh man, I'm nervous now. Okay. All right. Let me see. I got to be in the right channel. There we go.
Ah, la 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 la.
When he comes back, if nobody objects, maybe I'll try to put the trident into the fanny pack of carrying lots of shit around.
Okay.
Isn't there like a
My fanny pack?
height that can
No,
take,
no, it's a width.
or else it'll rip?
Just a width. It's not.
Just a
It's not wider than 3 feet. No way.
The height doesn't matter. I got it.
Yeah, which trident of fanny packing are you working on?
What's
Yours.
My, yeah, which fanny pack?
that? The bag of holding.
I think we have.
Do we have more than one?
No.
Me.
We have the
Okay.
one,
No, we
and
only
you
have
took
one.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
You can't honestly say that if you're going to be holding the bag of holding that we're not going to constantly be asking you to see it and looking inside it.
No, that's not what I was saying at all.
He was saying that.
I guess it's possible that it could pierce the bag. It pierced me when I
Yeah,
picked it up.
it's only 4 feet deep.
An extra
And then the
dimensional
trident-
space. Mary Poppins
Yeah,
shit,
but
man.
you can yeah, but you can still fuck it up too by
How's
putting
it-
something that's too big in it.
Okay, so, yeah, you guys begin going up another climb up the long, winding, water slide-esque staircase, back up to the island that housed Thousand Teeth. All right.
Yeah, Crash. How would sticking a big spear into the fanny pack of holding work?
Okay.
Let's see. Bag of holding is well, you just check the dimensions of it and make sure it can fit in the dimensions, I guess. If it's 6 feet long, you just got to make sure that would be accommodated by the size of your bag of holding. Mm-hmm.
I don't know how long it is, but that seems like it could work.
Keep in mind that if a bag of holding is punctured from the inside, it will collapse in on itself and spill everything into the astral sea. So, not that that would happen, but you know,
Yeah.
it is something to consider.
Yeah, I'm merely trying to accommodate people's interests.
Sure.
All right. Since people won't articulate their interests, let's keep
I
going.
would
Yeah.
like to. I mean, I think we should take it to the wizard with the library. What's his name? Don't remember his name.
Jon Snow?
So, as you guys,
Yeah.
as you guys arrive at the top of the stairs, you do see that there are some giant frogs who are kind of hanging out on an island nearby. They are a low-level monster, usually an ambush predator, but they just seem to be sort of chilling here, enjoying themselves. Let me move you guys over to the map. There you go.
Mm,
Oh, I see the toads.
uh,
Yeah, so they're just chilling. There they are, adorable.
my screen is black. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, weird. Did we not bring you with us? Oh my god, did you get left in the dungeon? All right.
No.
All right, let me see if I can find another one for you.
Okay.
We're just leaving Illyrius all over the place. There we go.
Yay.
Did Spencer make it, or did he get left behind too? He must have gotten left behind too.
I think he got left behind.
All right. Another instance of you and Spencer will just have to do the flooded caverns forever. That is your purgatory.
Oh no.
Yeah. All right.
Slimes forever.
So, yeah. What do you guys want to do? You say you're regrouping for
The
Eating the lizard folk.
the
right?
lizard.
Yeah, all right.
Mhm.
Do you guys have your canoes stashed nearby, right? Yes. Was that did you guys take canoes to get back here?
Yeah, I don't think we needed the canoes to get here.
Okay. All right. Then I guess if your plan is to go to Lizard Folk, I'll take you to Lizard Folk.
How long is the trip to the lizard folk?
From here with a ranger, I believe it wound up only being about 90 minutes or so, right? Because it was 3 hours, but she halves your travel time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Sorry.
Okay. So, well, what's up? Did you not want to leave?
I think everything's black for me.
Yeah, because I'm taking you to a new map.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. All right. So, are you planning to just go straight to the princess? Like, what is your deal here? Like, how do you want to proceed with the lizard folk?
Well, maybe have the weapon talk to, like, present itself. Like we got this weapon that's supposed to.
What?
Are we presenting the weapon to them?
No.
I
No.
know.
God, no.
Oh wait. I'm sorry. Not like it's supposed to like fight the Sahaugen, right? Or I forget what it was intent.
I don't think we know its true
Well,
intentions yet.
Skull, you should explain what you want to do because you wanted to go to the lizard folk.
Yeah, so basically,
just tell us.
I took that head and I want to give it to her, and then broach the topic of the alliance with Saltmarsh.
Okay.
Because we've yet to give it a gift, give her and her people a gift yet. So.
Okay, so your goal is to go and try to get an audience with the lizard folk and reopen possible lines of peace. Yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, that works for me. Let's see. I'll move you guys over to that map. Man, there's like a lot of you. A lot of little miniatures. All right, I think that's everybody. All right, so back over there. You guys are in the bottom left-hand corner. Pharos is apparently a giant. So let me shrink him down a little bit. There we go. All right. So there are a ass load of alligators by the entrance. I think that's the measurement for alligators. And as you are kind of there, you do see that there are 2 guards posted, one at each door. They sort of look stoically over at you guys as you approach. There they are. And the gators are just kind of living their life, you know, being gators. So I guess the question here is, who's doing the talking, and what exactly are you saying? Because they obviously recognize you guys. You are, you know, as exotic as a circus troupe, so they would not forget you anytime soon. Plus, one of you guys humped their leader in front of everybody, so that was pretty memorable. Yeah, so they're definitely, you know, they know who you are.
I think probably Skull,
I'll step up. Yeah.
Okay.
Step up, holding the large head. I'll ask for an audience with the princess.
Okay. Cool. The 2 gator folk, they kind of get closer. They look over at Toothless and they kind of give him like a, you know, like a lizard folk nod, like you're still hanging out with these people kind of thing. They look to Skull and they kind of look at each other, and this one, he kind of nods and lets loose kind of a low, kind of grumbling croak, and he leaves for a little while. The other kind of makes some croaking sounds, and you see the gators kind of start moving about as if to defend the entrance a bit, just in case. Because you never know with mercenaries who they're actually working for. Time passes, and eventually, you let's see, yeah, you see a familiar face appear, and it is Dezithru, who you guys found on the ship like 1 million years ago, and he offers to guide you back to see the princess. Communicating, of course, through Toothless to do this. Or I guess a lot of you speak Draconic now, so that really wouldn't be too much of a problem. So if that's all right with you guys, I can kind of put you over in that section of the dungeon. Oh, that's rude. I shouldn't call their town a dungeon. That's really mean. I mean, it's underground. I don't know.
It could have gone very differently when we first got here.
No, it's good. It's cool.
Yeah. All right. So let me grab you guys. There we go. Boop. Oh, we forgot Thagrum. Schwabam. All right. Thagrum got there first somehow. It's like an NPC in a Pokemon game. Like, how did you get here so quick? You're like all the way back there, like five seconds ago. All right. So you appear in this room. You don't see Joku anywhere. but you do see Sariv is there, and you do see Athokent is there as well, with her sweet baby. And little lizard folk babies running around playing, all that jazz. I think that would be back in action. So let me add a couple of those sweet babies in there. In case you guys, you know, want to get murder hoboy, you'll at least have to kill these babies too. So
I mean, to be fair,
No.
yeah, no.
anyone is
Yeah, they are. I mean, there is a very Tari. The weapon definitely thrums in your hand. Do you use it as like a walking stick, kind of like a staff almost?
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the lizard folk kind of allow you to come in. They all sort of look at you expectantly, and the Sariv kind of clears his throat a bit, and he kind of croaks out at you. It has been a long time. Or has it? Last we spoke, the princess made it clear that we had no further business.
First, so yeah, Skull speak up in Draconic. He'll say, we have returned to right or wrong, and he'll place the yes.
It's a little big, bro. It's a little big. Yeah,
yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, well, yeah. The wrong being a gift that was not given for
Oh, Toothless. You might be the only one that could tell, but the princess is very excited by this.
I'm excited as well.
Yeah.
She hasn't had mole flesh in who knows how long.
Anyways, yeah.
Really? You gonna bring that up? Really?
Yeah.
Damn, it's already dead. It's already dead. The weapon chose wisely. The most evil person in the party for sure. Okay. Focus. All right. Sariv looks over at the creature, and the other lizard folk are looking at it curiously. Many of them are making Toothless looks of disgust because of the rot and you know, kind of general state of the creature. But many of them still are impressed by the ferocity of it and the look of it and that kind of thing. So it's definitely going over well, but it's also like kind of hanging there in the air, like what's going to happen here. Soriv looks to Athokent, and Athokent looks back at Soriv, and then to you, Skull. She says, "This one is impressed yet again. You are a powerful hunter." And she rubbed her tummy, and she's like, "Our offspring will be great killers of beasts."
So it shall be. Oh man. Yeah, so let's basically continue at gift to add to her collection, and then we'll broach the topic we went and cleared out the rest of what was underneath in the ruins underneath Thousand Teeth's new lair. Then following that, he'll kind of put it as kind of a quid pro quo. We did one final favor for you, even though it was not asked of us, but we still did. The Sahaugen should not return to that place. But that does not mean the Sahaugen are not a threat.
And if you hear quid pro quo, ignore that. Very difficult these days.
Very difficult concept.
Yeah.
It's hard to understand.
Have you come? Have you come here to boast of your achievements, or to simply deliver this news?
Deliver news.
Your news is delivered, then.
And I play a little bit of a melody on my lute, and I just like a chord, and I say, "Well, and boast a little. I mean, we are adventurers. That's kind of in the job description, but we do thank you for your leniency, your grace."
Soriv kind of narrows his red eyes as you speak, and he says,
That weapon you wield, that staff, it is new. Yes? This one does not recall seeing such a splendid and strange thing before.
Yes, it is new.
he kind of looks at the princess, and the princess looks at him, and they kind of share a look. Toothless, you kind of take that look to be, oh, this lady right here. Mm-hmm. She think we don't know. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So she turns back to you and says,
So you have been successful in taking care of what the Sahaugen were seeking?
Correct.
We have, and we will keep the staff from them.
Yeah, but yeah, then he'll continue. But
okay.
The Sahaugen will always remain a threat to all of us who live above the sea. And then, gosh, let's do this. For all of us to remain strong, we must stand together. And then he'll broach the topic of an alliance with Saltmarsh and the lizard folk.
Whenever Skull is talking, when it seems like appropriate effect-wise, I want to cast like thaumaturgy to like make like the lights like kind of like flicker on or make stronger, just to kind of enhance what he's saying.
Sure, like deepen up voice voice modulation, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. I got you.
Add more effect to the room.
Yeah.
Auto-tune, yeah.
Technically a function of thaumaturgy, yeah. All right, Athokent, she nods and says,
even with the Sahaugen no longer at our gates, they continue to be a threat to the region. But we have our hands full with a rival tribe.
And she looks right at Toothless as she says that.
Mm-hmm. What is the best way that we could help the region and then the tribe?
She kind of cocks her head, like confused a bit.
Does she need a little bit more clarification?
Yeah, you kind of were a bit vague about like the region as a whole, and she's not sure which tribe you mean. It's kind of the confusion there.
Got it. We wish to help the peoples of Saltmarsh. We wish to do our best. I cannot go against my tribe, but if they have aligned themselves poorly with the Sahaugen or others, then maybe I will need to reconsider.
She nods and she says,
they have joined in the same cause as the Black Star.
Ooh, the Scarlet Brotherhood.
Yeah, and we're Where might we find the Black Star? That is disturbing.
The Black Star operates from several small ruins in the western parts of the marshes. But be warned, they have allied with Synesis, the poisoned kiss.
Toothless, you could do a history check. The rest of you, anyone trained in Arcana or History, can also attempt it, but it will be a higher DC. Okay.
I'm training history.
Real useful right now.
Oh, Pharaohs. You know that Synesis, the poisoned kiss, is a very powerful black dragon.
Oh. Huh.
And who is local to the Lizard Marsh.
That's not the one we saw a couple weeks ago, was it?
I mean,
Oh, who knows?
could have been.
Like,
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
They tend to be pretty territorial, so that could be. I mean, so
it's like, well, they've allied with the dragon, so that's not good.
These are our problems, not yours. But you understand that while we deal with our own problem, we are unavailable to assist the people of Saltmarsh with their problem.
Lizards and your people before others.
But Your Grace, you know that's what's great about an alliance. You know, the people of Saltmarsh might be available to help you with your problem.
Are the people of Saltmarsh in danger from the Black Star?
They don't have to be to help. I mean, look at us. We're
I
here
think
helping.
what the lady is saying is that they're currently being attacked and the people of Saltmarsh are not.
Maybe they're not unaware.
But we kind of form quite a relationship between the two. So if something were to happen to you, something would happen to Saltmarsh. So I think Saltmarsh itself wouldn't have much of a problem with getting involved if it meant helping out for the greater good.
Okay. One of you can roll a persuasion check with advantage to kind of represent everyone's efforts here. So who's going to do it?
I would like to, but I would like inspiration if possible, or guidance.
You already have advantage. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that's Dex, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. Bardic Inspiration would stack with having advantage.
Maybe guidance.
Yeah,
I also have another. I picked up something specifically for this.
I mean, I think Furious should probably do it, right?
They do have +6.
I mean, so who's gonna do it? My charisma's pretty trash. So.
I think Furious, with his charisma, should probably. He
And
seems
help.
very like. He's fun to talk to.
I'll provide guidance to whoever. So.
Yeah, and I'll play a little bit on my lute and give you a bardic inspiration, a D8 for it.
Okay, alright, so I'll... Cool, persuasion.
Plus a D4 and well, I guess you can hold off on the D8 if you choose, but you have the D4 automatically. So.
I mean, she gets us back on a short rest. Use it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can use it.
Use it all.
All right. So she kind of narrows her eyes and she says,
As long as you carry the weapon that they seek, won't the Sahaugen pursue you? Is not your presence here, despite your gifts and silvered words a danger to us?
It is, but we do not intend to tarry long. We intend to leave immediately.
If you have the ear hold of the tribal leaders of Saltmarsh, I would ask that you tell them, and only them, the ones that you trust, of our situation. If they feel that our goals align, then perhaps we can work together towards common goals.
That makes sense. And Toothless will like look around to the rest of the group to make sure it does.
It makes sense, yeah.
Sariv, give them the blue teeth.
And Sarav nods, and he approaches Skull and hands him a blue crocodile tooth.
I nod to him.
That will allow you to speak with me once per day and keep me appraised of how things are going in Saltmarsh. I can use mine to communicate back to you or on my own in case something happens.
Very well. Thank you for your time.
But for now, I would feel more comfortable if you took your weapon and yourselves and you left. This is not rudeness, but practicality. As far as I am concerned, you and yours may freely move through the territories of Dunwater and the Lizard Marsh that are under our control. If we find you out and about in the Lizard Marsh, we will aid and assist.
Would any of you... I don't want to be a target, but I can hold this spear. If you would prefer not to.
No, we're out of here.
Or-
We can discuss this later. I'm pushing
No,
him.
but-
We're going.
I think we should decide who's going to hold the spear right now.
Didn't it
Right now, in the
choose
middle of
Tariq?
the
Yeah, but
in
I
the
guess we
throne
start-
room of
start
these
walking
people?
out, yeah.
No, we're out of here.
Okay.
What are you
All right,
doing?
you guys are heading out.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna fight with all these little kids.
Dragons, but okay.
All right. So where are you guys headed now? I assume they escort you to the exit. So unless you want to fight your way deeper into their settlement, you'll end up back on the
No,
map.
I think we're good.
Okay. All right. So I guess I'll take you back to the main map, and you guys can kind of decide where to go from there.
Oh, you go to, I guess, back to Saltmarsh and like recuperate or whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah, I mean,
I
we
Oh,
have a-
that's literally everything we set out to do. Done. We just go
She
back
makes
now.
the point that we might be bringing the Sahaugen to Saltmarsh.
well,
um,
this-
Ooh,
I
I have an idea. Is
Yeah.
where Crash, where when I make a packed weapon, where does it go physically?
I mean, do you want me to spill your tea? I mean, is that
Oh.
like?
No, okay. I mean, like, as in, I can make it a packed weapon, just kind of like disappear it at will.
This weapon would not allow itself to be a packed weapon.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. There's
Oh,
like
rude.
consent. There's like consent laws and
Consent.
stuff. Yeah. What are you gonna do? Roofie it? Like, come on.
would they even be
This
able-
weapon. Let me spell it out for you. This weapon is a packed weapon, so
Oh.
it can't become a packed weapon because it already is a packed weapon.
Mm.
I'm going to take the spear.
For all, you're gonna take it from Tari?
Well, I thought it chose
Um,
Tari, though.
Oh,
Shouldn't-
did it?
It did. It is
Shouldn't-
shoes.
yeah.
Keep it.
What's going on, Toothless?
But when how would they
Indecision?
be able to?
Do you want to carry it for a bit? I would love to take it to the wizard and talk about it there. Does anyone have a problem with that?
I do have a problem with that. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's
I
your
think
problem with
I'll
that?
be able, like, it's better. I can like, do some like nice like fusing like yeah. I feel
What
like I'll
about
be able
to
keep
the
it a
surfer
little
god?
safer.
Or the surfer dude?
I think I'll be able to keep it a little safer to get it there.
Yeah, maybe we go talk to him without taking the weapon there first, because we don't know the wizard.
But if you really want it.
Okay, can everybody just say what they want to do?
Yeah, why don't we just type into chat what level of involvement / what your character wants to do about the weapon. That would kind of get us all on the same page. And then you guys can kind of take it from there. And I guess it will also type into chat too. So hold on.
Oh, I like that. That's nice.
Because I feel like it needs to be represented here. So.
Uh-huh.
Oof.
It's morphin time. Oh yeah, Tariq can just turn into seal.
That's kind of funny, actually.
It is. I would agree.
Okay, so everybody puts their coconuts together, and it looks like we've got Surfer Thor. Okay. We've got See the Wizard. Surfer also okay. We've got Keep It Safe by being able to morph into an animal. Okay. Tariq can also do that. That is a fact. Let's see. Without knowing true intentions, I say we keep away from anybody too powerful. Okay, smart. Let's see. Go to the ocean. Strong.
I just saw what you wrote earlier.
Yeah, and then honk is also important. He's getting tired. He's definitely getting tired of good berries. So I respect that, Spencer. Hopefully they'll take you down to Fisherman's Wharf when they get back to town.
Yeah, I have my fish. I would occasionally, feed him fish.
All right. It's up to you. These are all very good ideas. I guess it's just a matter of what you want to do.
I mean, does anyone disagree with Surfer Thor?
There's 2 votes for him and 1 vote for the wizard.
I would rather take it to Surfer Thor first than the wizard.
Who did
I'm
I
okay with
miss out
taking
on
the wizard
Surfer
after.
Thor?
Yeah,
He's like there's a
Cleric.
god, or I mean a cleric, like a strong, a powerful.
There's a goodly cleric who we trust.
Right,
Oh,
yeah.
who do we keep mentioning this
Right.
wizard? Do you mean Ocam? Or
No.
the
You mean
one at
Oleander?
the one whose library we have access to now, who
John
seemed like he was like,
Snell?
yeah,
Uh-huh.
super
the guy that
anti-medieval
works with
wizard in town.
Daggerford. The guy that we know works with Daggerford, which is probably in league with the Black Star.
I think. Well, he made it seem like it was kind of like a misunderstanding, but we don't need to get into that.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy that we went to go look, and
Right.
we got library cards from
Right.
Yeah, that's fine.
that guy.
Oh,
Okay.
sounds good then.
But we
If
can
you-
take
you-
it.
And I like
Thor first.
So-
I like Thor.
Thor.
I don't know what turning into an animal with it. You can only be an animal for an hour, and then you have to turn back. It's gonna take more than an hour for it to get back.
Oh, from where you're at, yeah, with Illyria doing her thing, it's still going to be like 3 to 4 hours to get back to Saltmarsh. So I would assume that this conversation is maybe happening
Yeah.
as she finds you a safe path through the swamp back to the thing, right?
On the way back, Crash, I'd like to kind of like lag behind, like I'm
Sure.
looking for something, and then I want to do what we talked about earlier.
Okay. Real quick, Tariq, can you just hop into secret chat?
Oh, I might have just got myself killed.
Everyone in the chats is just telling me to just take it.
Huh?
Everyone in
Yeah,
the stream chat's just telling me to
from
take
what
it.
I remember, it told me it didn't want to be shared. Like it wouldn't let it be shared. like it's like I won't
Right.
be shared. So
All's all about killing and hurting people, but I pretty much got rejected by it, so I'm just not feeling up to just taking it.
No, I don't think anyone should try to take it from her, right?
No,
No.
that
I
exactly.
think that's gonna cause
No.
an issue. What we
Just
don't
leave
wanna
it
see-
be right now.
Without knowing, we don't want to see what this thing's power is. Like, I would like to identify it and know like how strong this thing is before we like cross it.
I think you just crossed
What
it.
are you doing though? Then if you say that.
So I cast Dispel Magic on her. So, in theory, she shouldn't know. Oh well, with the 26, she probably fucking knows.
Ah, stupid.
The jig's up. But if she doesn't resist it, I mean, I don't
Well, yeah,
know
we'll have to see her reaction, how animated her reaction is.
Shit, she's gonna be
But
so
I
mad
don't,
at you. Way to
I
go.
don't think she's.
Way to go. She's
you
gonna be
broke
angry.
it. You broke it.
I mean, Crash knew this would happen when he introduced it, so.
Well, no, he's not dispel magic on the item.
Oh, there's
No,
no way
He's
that'll
doing
work.
it on
Yeah,
He's doing
no
it on
fucking
her.
way.
Yeah, I would have to be way
Oh.
higher.
I meant Crash throwing a sentient weapon into the party and then seeing what happens. Is basically like a social experiment.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm glad we got that reaction on camera when she saw that she was typing to nobody. That's gonna be good. I probably clipped the mic, but whatever.
I think Surfer Thors are
Yeah,
safest.
well, in a
option.
holy place, I want to see how it reacts.
Yeah.
You guys feel a slight psychic connection form?
Mm-hmm.
Well, all of us?
Yeah.
Hello. I am pleased to meet you. Thank you for liberating me from my long slumber. I hope I can assist you with whatever you need.
This Surge talking?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry. I was making sure.
I would
Yeah,
like
sure,
to
sure.
Insight check though. Wait, first off, I mean, I guess I don't know anything different, but
Dude, you inside check your chicken salad sandwich when it shows up. I know you're gonna insight it.
Okay,
mean-
I'm gonna insight it too. That sounds amazing.
Okay.
I'm not going to incite it.
I'm gonna guidance myself too.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuel that guidance addiction. Love
Yeah.
it. I've seen some great stuff ruined by guidance addictions. I can't
Chase-
wait.
chasing the dragon.
Toothless and Thogrum, man, this dude sounds like he legit wants to help out.
Oh.
And all of my nerd reading, what I've
Mhm.
ever read about a weapon called Surge.
You could certainly roll a history check.
You do
You
know
sounded
about
way more. I think to myself, like this thing sounded way more malevolent the first time around.
Yeah, Illyria, that's a good check. You have heard of an incredibly powerful magical trident by the
Mhm.
name of Whelm. Whelm pops up and around and about the multiverse, and is he's an OG badass, that's for sure. Intelligent, trident, very powerful, likes killing stuff.
Is he usually
As
on
far
the
as you know, he's
goodies or the
he's-
baddies?
He's on the Achilles.
Okay.
So yeah, he's a weapon, right? So he likes killing stuff. All that being said, he's never, like, as far as you know, that's never been recorded as going by the name of Surge.
Maybe he like grew
Just-
up and this is like his emo teen phase or something.
Just because I'm curious, Surge. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. What was the last thing you killed?
Phew, it's a long time ago. It was probably a Sahaugen, if I'm being honest.
And what was the last thing you remember before you ended up at the bottom of that temple? Locked away.
I was put back in the vault to wait for she who hungers in the deep to call for me.
I thought you were supposed to be a weapon to destroy her.
There is a long pause, and then you just hear.
That was terrifying. I'm gonna try and maybe not. Sorry. Take that back.
Illyria, you jest with me. I appreciate the attempt at humor. It has been a long time since I heard a joke.
Can I?
Where do you?
I kind of like this guy.
Honest to God, dude,
Okay,
you don't need to incite it. This guy's creepy as shit, man.
No, I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
Oh, the other thing. Gotcha. Yeah. Is that what we're doing? The other thing?
Yeah. I wanted to talk
Okay.
about that.
Woof. Okay. Go ahead and give me a caster check. Or just throw out a d20 for me. That's pretty good. Okay. Yeah. You're confident that if there was something there, that would have succeeded, Dogman.
Okay.
And where do you wish to go, weapon? I know we've talked a lot.
I wish to go to the...
Probably you're tired. Yes.
Yes, to the ocean. It's right over there.
The weapon kind of leans in your hand, Tari.
I'll take you there.
I want to walk up to Tari and ask her.
How does the weapon respond to when I'll say that I'll take it there?
It rolls an insight check on you.
Cool.
So
yeah, I'm serious.
Are you deceiving it? If so, you need to. Oh, okay.
The importance of being earnest.
All right, it gets real quiet.
Does it say anything?
No, it's just
there. I walk up to Tari and then ask her.
I mean, you look at it, you try to kind of gauge, like, what's it thinking right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Tried and stuff. I don't know.
It's got a good it's got a good poker face. That is for sure.
It's all poker face.
Yeah.
Come with me, Trident.
Careful, I might poke your face.
What was that?
I said, come with me.
I want to walk up and see if Tari will let me identify it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna walk up and.
Can you do that while we're walking?
Yeah, maybe.
Or canoeing.
It's a ritual, so he's got a probably just need to take a 10-minute pit stop. It's not a bad idea. Your characters do, believe it or not, have to use the restroom sometimes, so people could probably benefit from a 10-minute break. All right, so you're gonna identify it?
I am.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want to know secretly, or do you want me to just tell you out loud?
Secretly.
Secretly, okay. Hop on over to secret chat.
This is his. He wanted it so bad.
He got a secret chat. He got it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm totally cool with it now. But it's not creepy and beating hearts.
Oh.
Whatever's gonna happen's gonna happen. Like we're just spinning our wheels, standing out here in the middle of nowhere.
So
That's fine, I like it.
what do you guys want to do next?
Go back to town.
Have a little back to town. Okay.
Yeah. So, gosh, it's been because we haven't. Since the campaign begun, we've kind of been all over the place. We haven't really explored the town at all. We I did
like
put up
those.
I put up a job board or help wanted poster at the Mariners Guild to crew our ship, and honestly, at this point, I just want to go make some money and sell shit.
Yeah, Crash said he wanted to use the our Cobalt assistance at some point in town, so
What?
looking forward to that. So did you read the roleplay thing I wrote I guess 3 weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago?
Was it a link to somewhere
Yes.
else? I did not.
Yeah, it was a small Google Doc, maybe a page and a half long,
Okay.
2 pages. And basically, Farrah says he's Cobalt assistants that from a long time ago that he put in a smith or whatever.
Okay, so you want to go meet some NPCs? Yeah, I feel like we're about to meet a ton of NPCs.
Sure, yeah.
Do you
No, they're
want-
his
Fair.
buddies.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, I didn't read it. Apologize.
No, it's okay. No, you don't have to. This is for my enjoyment, really. But
I was totally tracking.
As far as if, someone's actually going to use the weapon, I don't care. They Joel and him get along pretty well, but at the same time, I know you use a pole arm, so you got all sorts of perks and benefits from using a.
I think just an additional D4 and another grid square.
Yeah, I guess.
It's
But
not
did you
too
just
fancy.
get the Thogrim brand pole arm? Maybe it can. I mean, maybe it can be used as a staff. He seemed to mention as much. Unless we're all about to take 40 d6 of psychic damage and total TPK right here, middle of nowhere for messing with it.
Yeah. I'm really interested in this dragon thing because the last time I mentioned the dragons to the lizard folks, they got all mad at me. So
Yeah, we have no idea. We just didn't want to die, so
Oh.
we stuffed whatever you were gonna say.
Well, I insight checked that, and Crash said that they had a dragon,
They have their own dragon, and then
They have
the
their own
the
dragon.
other tribe has a
Alright,
dragon.
like
so
an
as well.
injured one.
He kind of strokes out a little bit while he's examining it. Small nosebleed into his beard,
Yeah.
just a little bit.
wow, that was a pretty intense identifying.
You know what else is intense?
Oh goodness.
Camping. That's intense.
What did he say?
Oh, I get it, says Oceanus. Because here on the surface, you use a tent to camp, and he did a word play on the common Chandathan trade language. See, word.
Hey, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
finger guns. Like, Tari, your old spear here, it's got quite an attitude to it. It's a little. It's not gonna lie. He's a little spicy.
Yeah.
He's it seems like he's got some pretty nifty abilities and stuff. So, it ought to be pretty interesting if you attune to that thing.
Do you care to be more
Are you gonna tell
specific?
her? I mean,
Nope.
You're not gonna tell her?
I'll tell her. No, I'll tell her about basically everything you told me in regards to its
Alright, but none of
abilities.
us heard that.
No, I'm talking to Crash.
I know, so tell us. You
Can you link it?
Hello?
Did you hear me? Oh, he's muted. You're muted, Crash.
Sorry, I was answering a super important question about whether or not I unplugged the printer earlier. So,
Oh no.
so you
deception.
want me to just repeat what I said to you, or do you want to explain it in your?
Yeah, explain
or-
it to us, Logger.
You explain it.
Yeah.
So, and if you can link the card as well, but I'll explain it.
Oh, there's no link in the card until somebody attunes to it.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got you. Well, you know, it basically give you a small boost to magic, or a small boost in damage, in regards to weapons and such. And it appears to have a bunch of abilities, water-based abilities, and I mean, moving around very quickly in the water and teleporting around and such, and something that has to do with, like elementals and things of that nature. It's pretty crazy. But it's a little hard to get past. It's kind of its attitude. I
Yeah.
mean, I feel like it might ask for your manager at some point. So just be careful with it.
So those all
One of my many
those-
abilities is that I can hear the things going on around me.
Well, so we were just discussing everything you was talking to me about.
Does it speak all languages?
It is currently using telepathy. So as long as you have a language, it is able to kind of communicate with you.
So he can understand.
I mean, so far so good.
It
Yeah.
seems like a really great weapon, and I'm gonna give her a thumbs up and like smile.
This
Those
is fun. I love it.
abilities, do those do match up with Whelm's?
Whelm had the ability to control thunder. Yeah. So his abilities were more with thunder. And he also gave his wielders supernatural senses. Basically, Peter Tingle plus plus.
So is it different?
Well, I'll say toothless. If you want to carry it for a bit, you can.
I will keep it safe.
Okay.
Do you trusting this thing?
I mean, he seems like a swell guy. He's just been locked up in a temple for a long time.
I mean, it just really wants to kill stuff. I mean, I'm not against that, I guess.
I mean, wouldn't you want to kill some stuff?
Right. Same.
I mean, I want to kill stuff all the time. Just to be fair. I mean,
Specific things that I would kill, but not.
I mean, and to be honest, it's probably a little more bloodthirsty than myself. So, I mean, I'm not against the fella.
And we're like all walking again at
Yeah,
this point,
yeah.
or canoeing or whatever. We're
Yeah.
all
I
right.
would think so.
Wait,
We're
do you
making our
guys,
way back to
do
Saltmarsh.
you guys want to like throw it into like the water?
No, we don't want to. What?
Well, you seem very like concerned about it at times. Anyway.
I think it just.
I feel
it's
like
more beneficial in the water. You know what I mean? It's
More
Oh
beneficial
man,
water.
how embarrassing! Oh my gosh, I was telling you about the wrong weapon there, Illyria. The reason I got mixed up is because
yeah, I was gonna ask you. I thought Whelm was the
Yeah.
hammer.
Yeah, Whelm and Wave, they hang out together a lot, so I was like recalling the wrong one. You were thinking about Wave, which
Yeah.
is a trident. It basically does everything that you would imagine D&D Aquaman's trident does. Commands fish, it's a weapon of warning, it's a cap of water breathing, it can create force barriers. It is bananas. It's a very, very, very powerful weapon. This thing does not seem to have any of those abilities.
Okay.
Before I hold on to this, what are people excited? Like, what do we think it will do well, and what are we concerned about?
I mean, it's probably best suited for somebody that is. Did you tell me if it provided proficiency? I don't know if I caught that but unless I'm missing something in like D&D,
It did not mention proficiency.
I don't know if is there anything in like legendary weapons that it would automatically give you proficiency or well, I guess it wouldn't matter. I guess someone who can wield it is capable of killing things with it is probably the best bet. But until we go back in the water, I mean, it's gonna have to. He's kind of handicapped, I guess.
Well, when we find use for it, we'll use it.
Yeah, why don't we learn about it, I guess, and then...
I thought before going into all of this, we didn't want to use the weapon.
Sorry, what was that?
Like,
Valeria?
when we first started and knew that there was a weapon,
Yeah, but
wasn't
the
it
weapon
like
can hear
said
it.
that... I care if the weapon can hear it. I'm just talking when we first started down into this journey, we knew that there was a weapon. I thought it was sad that we were not going to use it.
To not use the weapon? Sorry, did I miss that?
I think it's sad that you don't want to use the weapon too, Illyria.
I think we should not use it for a while, if that's what you want, Illyria.
Yeah. You should probably just throw it in the ocean.
No. Good. Go back to your mistress.
But, and Illyria, just be clear, you would, I mean, I guess we'll see. But, it sounds like maybe we should wait on using this weapon. Is that right?
Yeah.
So,
I feel like I'm the only one that hasn't touched it. All of you guys are talking crazy.
Oh, maybe. There might be a connection there.
Yeah, I just want to be careful.
so I forgot to mention something. It really it has this thing for the queen of the. You said the deep, right?
The Devourer.
I mean, it said she who slumbers, or sorry, she who hungers in the deep.
Yeah. So it's got a really big a crush on that thing. So, there's that part too, in case that gives anybody else the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, it does.
So yeah. But what are you to do? I mean, maybe it just hasn't met the right person.
A shame.
This is a great conversation. There are some fish over there. Perhaps we could stab one. Is that okay?
I mean, I'm okay with it.
Toothless, take me over there and stab one of those fish.
No.
Man.
That's
You know how to stab a fish, Toothless. You've been doing it since you were a little baby. Go on, stab the fish.
Maybe don't let it touch water.
What does
Yeah.
the fish look like?
we found
you
it inside
found
water.
me in
It's
water.
Yeah.
I
Wait,
really,
what is
really
it
like
Touching.
water, guys. Come on.
It's like a little catfish. It's just kind of blurp blurp, like hanging out.
I'll take a fish out of my bag and toss it to
No.
spear onto the
It needs
onto the
fresh
point.
meat.
It's
Fresh
already
meat.
dead. Okay.
Okay.
The fish kind of sticks to the razor sharp tines of the trident. It gives like a little shake, Toothless, in your hand and kind of knocks the fish free.
Spencer.
Toothless
What am I, a
seems,
fucking joke to you?
Wow.
This powerful sentient weapon that you don't
Man.
trust.
That wasn't me. That was I mean,
I'm gonna stab the fish.
Okay. You kind of go up and you see the little catfish there, and you kind of stab down with it.
fucking
Yeah.
explodes.
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Yep.
Just roll a d20. See how it goes.
Sorry for one.
You can't guidance attack rolls.
Ugh.
I don't want to.
You're
I'm good.
terrible at this.
Yep, I am.
You're the worst.
Yep.
Look, just throw me in the ocean.
Oh, the weapon?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's just go. Your friends are all gonna laugh at you when they see how bad you are at stabbing fish.
Ah, we'll practice together.
Oh.
Wait, isn't it third?
Okay,
All right.
let's go to Saltmarsh.
There's a palpable sadness coming off of the spear that you could not even stab a fucking catfish.
Can I shoot at the fish?
Yeah, sure. Take a shot at the catfish as it's swimming away. I mean, at this point, it's deep in the mud, but I'm
Shake the
curious to
pebbles
see.
out, Illyria.
I'm
curious
shaking.
to
I'm
see.
shaking.
Yes.
Yeah. So as he stabs and misses, not wanting to miss an opportunity, you quickly, quick draw, take the shot, and kill the catfish as it's kind of trying to disappear into the muck, and you see its little body bloop, bloop, float to the surface, and you hear
Pick it
sort
up.
of just an anguished sound come from the trident. Ah,
Yeah, I'll pick it up
Showing
and
up.
give it to Spencer.
Shown up by an elf, and then she feeds it to her Lassamasaur. Oh, this is.
Oh, would you like a polar master? Just
Yes, please.
Oh my god.
Get me away from this loser.
Wow,
So
that's
bad.
that's
Gladly.
uncalled for.
Don't like.
Oh, should I?
Look, three
Yeah.
choices: Tari, the greatest fighter among you, or the ocean. That's all I'm asking.
Hmm.
Are we back to Saltmarsh? Are we close?
Yeah, I mean, you're taking this is all happening as you travel to Saltmarsh. All right, so eventually you guys return to Saltmarsh. The sword is a chatterbox, I guess. Once you get him going, because he has been locked up for a while.
Mhm.
So what is your plan returning to Saltmarsh? What are you guys trying to do here as you roll back into town? I believe your long rest and your exploration and all that jazz, plus travel time. Oof, let's see. Okay, you went to town. It was 2 days. There's travel. Okay. Yeah. So you're arriving back in town around like 4:30 in the afternoon. So back in town. You approach via the normal gates, or do you just kind of like roll up through like this field or through the graveyard, like you do in a traditional entrance, or you gonna follow the coastline here and arrive from the bluffs? Like, what's the arrival to town? I've never asked before, but you have precious cargo now, so it's important.
Can I use like minor illusion to disguise it?
It would be sticking out since minor illusion is only a 5-foot cube.
Man,
You can't
Dude,
hide
shoot
all this.
people.
You can't hide all this
I
greatness.
feel like maybe Skola is like our like really like clandestine kind of dude.
I can't. Yeah, I'm pretty fucking tall, but my cloak isn't that tall. Can't just secret it away.
Yeah, Skull, buddy. It's you and me. Come on. Let's do this.
Well,
Become the badass I know you are deep inside.
hey, he's checking you out, man.
Don't trust that thing.
I like him.
I like him too. I
That
just-
all of you guys.
Yeah, I would trust him in this instance. One time.
One time.
What?
or I'll take him. But
Okay. I mean,
So Tari takes it and
Yeah.
walks
Mhm.
like towards Thor's temple, whatever.
yeah.
And if people want to come at me, like
Well, go. We're fine.
that's fine. I just want to take
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I'll follow.
All right, so you guys are gonna head to the temple. You should probably arrive from the north via the bluff, because that would be the first building you run into. Would be the Temple of Valkyr. All right, so if that is the plan, and it sounds like it is, all right. Let's see.
You what?
Yeah. So
I thought you said something.
everybody good or? All right. So you arrive back at town. This happy town
Ooh.
music playing because we have all the
Yeah.
music again. Fantastic.
Mhm.
So you arrive back in town. You go to the Temple of Valkyr, location 26. You ask around about your buddy. There he is. Right. So your buddy sees you arrive, Thogger, and he sees the rest of the party. And yeah, like he kind of nods to you and says, in his, Northman Viking kind of accent, like, the Thugrum, long time. What brings you back to me?
Oh, how are you?
I know you had business to take care of in Swamp.
Oh, yeah, business. My dude, let me tell you about the business. And I kind of want to, like,
real
ease
quick,
our
fill
way
him
of,
in.
Well, no, like, kind of want to get off the street, like.
Okay, you motion that. He says, I have not taken a walk in the graveyard in a long time. Let's go there.
Yeah, that's somewhere away from every, the rest of the city.
Okay. All right, yeah. So you guys kind of take a walk through the grove. Cool. It's beautiful. I mean, in its way, it's very it's very rustic. Some of the graves are very old. And they're not all from the Temple of Valkyr. Because honestly, most people that worship Valkyr get burials at sea, Viking style. But it does kind of fall under the church's jurisdiction, I guess, to sort of manage this property for citizens who prefer an interment type burial situation. All right. So as you're walking, how much do you want to explain to this? Like, I guess it might be easier. What parts do you leave out? Would that be an easier way to do it?
I kind of want to whisper to everyone, like, I just kind of want to tell him everything, if that's okay with everyone else. No one has a problem with it. Like, I trust the guy as a cleric, and like a high, like, well-known cleric. I mean, I trust the guy, like, 100%.
You get a thumbs up from Tari.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. I just don't reason not to tell him, but I do want to go to like private chambers if he has them.
Yeah, as long as, I mean, if we're sure like no one's around. I mean, if we're in the graveyard and like take a quick look around to make sure no one else is in like earshot or.
Okay. Yeah, so definitely he feels that the graveyard might be best. He says, some of my acolytes have very big ears and very big nose. This would be best place to talk.
And then I'll just kind of like give him the once over of everything. To include like the latest bit of information with like kind of like slowly explain to him the weapon and see how engage his thoughts or his reaction to the weapon, excuse me.
Okay. Yeah, he looks over at the weapon with concern on his face. As you kind of explain the whole thing, and he's like, if this weapon is what Haugen were seeking, this weapon proclaims loyalty to she that hungers in the deeps. You do not need me to tell you it is bad weapon.
Well, by the way, it can hear us, just in case you are wondering.
Then let it listen. These sorts of things have fragile egos.
So basically you're saying destroy.
It is not that easy. An artifact can only be destroyed in one particular way. The universe itself determines this when the item is created and birthed into existence. Often the means of destruction are difficult to figure out. Likely the best thing to do is simply banish it. Make it someone else's problem.
Hmm.
This is something I can try to do. I will send it elsewhere, and hopefully it will not return to this world for some time. I understand there is temptation to use this weapon, but even artifacts of great good, they carry what is the word? Radiation from the power inside them that destroy mortals who use them. Slowly, in small ways. But eventually, unless you are possessed of the strongest sense of self, they will take control. They exist in a world of black and white. They think that there is a universal good and evil, and they interpret it in their own way. This makes even artifacts of good a great danger, for perhaps an artifact of good believes the best thing to do would be to kill all orcs. But that does not mean they stop to see if this orc is good or this orc is bad, this orc is half orc. They just decide this is how I will be good by kill the orcs. They're simple and dedicated to their purpose. It sounds like this thing's purpose is clear. It kills and harms any who oppose Anguilius.
And when you say sense of self, is that
In
more
game
of a
terms, charisma. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That makes it a little more hopeful. If I wanted to. 5% more.
Yeah.
All right. So, Toothless, what do you want to do with it? Actually, who's holding it now? I forgot. I have lost track.
Tari brought it here, so
Mhm.
Okay.
I would assume she's still holding it unless she set it down or something like that.
Tari, who I can see in the next room, but I do believe that Toothless holds.
I mean, unless you guys straight up like little kids were like, you can't take it away from me.
We are little kids. I'm a
Okay,
little kid. No, sorry. I'm a little kid. Tree is definitely not a little kid.
Okay, then if that's the case, then like basically I would need you guys to do an opposed athletics check as she tries to say take it back, and you're like, no, it's mine. I'm not letting go of it.
I would help Tari.
I was carrying it in.
Well, who was carrying it this time? Because it sounds to me like
no, if
Toothless
Toothless reaches his
out
hand
there.
out for it, I'll hand it to him. I'm not like
Okay, so yeah, so when
about it.
all right, so when you went to take it, it seemed that Toothless did not want to give it up. So if that's the case, then Toothless is still carrying it.
I want to ask the cleric another question. So if we banish this thing, what exactly like happens to it? Like, could the person's whose problem it becomes be worse than, say it being our problem?
He kind of lets out a grumbling sigh, and he says, "The multiverse is a big place. We can."
Because I don't know if you know this, but I've heard before that with great power comes great responsibility. So I feel like
I will hold on to great responsibility.
That
It
is
feels-
such a
feels-
great idea.
It feels hot.
Feels hot.
Thagrum,
Mm-hmm.
this weapon, if the Sahaugen want, is it fair to say that they will pursue it?
I mean, do you think they have any way of finding it, though? I mean, they never. I like to think that they didn't see the weapon because we were the first ones in that place. So I don't.
But
know
who
how-
knows what the
I
dark
believe they were
star
drawn there.
can see and can
True.
transmit?
Yes, I am more concerned by this talk of Dark Star and Dragon cultists. We do have cultist issues here in Saltmarsh.
The Kraken Society.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that. I promise. Don't.
Mhm.
Cultists.
Yes,
I
but
like your Ferris's ears
the-
perk up at that.
there are many problems of our own to sound like your princess. If she has concerns about involvement, I can tell you that I am not on council, but this town has many similar problems. If anything, open communication can only be good thing, especially if we are dealing with different heads of the same Hydra.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Do you think anyone else might know about this here weapon that might be able to provide some more insight?
The other problem with a weapon like this is that it will make itself known if it is unhappy with how you are treating it. You think that it has not already tried to speak with me?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd assure you it probably has.
Imagine everywhere you go, it's tempting everyone around you to take it.
Ugh.
But Dagram, if you would like to make it your problem, then you must invest the time to find out more about it and how best to destroy it.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess
Or
you're right.
you must have faith in one of your companions that they can master it.
I will keep it for now. Thagrim, maybe you and I can work together to keep it safe.
Yeah.
Together.
Why?
I don't know if would you be able to sate this thing's hunger? I think that's the only problem. I mean, I don't
Why
want
don't
to
you-
point out anything, but
Why don't you-
kind of missed the fish.
Yeah, why don't you
If-
ask it if it's okay with you?
What's that?
Why don't you ask it
Well,
if it's okay with you?
Is the weapon, does it consent? I mean, because that's a very important thing these days. Consent. So, yeah.
Yeah, so a little metagaming. Actually not metagaming. Thagrim, your spirit weapons are very strong. I feel like those will be very useful going forward.
I don't know if he's gonna be happy with animal.
You're not transmitting.
Yeah, you're breaking up
Not
a bit.
attacking
that?
with it. I said I don't think it would be happy if you were turning into animals and getting kills without using it, though.
Yeah.
I think that sating
So
it is
so I think clerics with spirit guardians are awesome.
No, I don't. I can't use it. I'm thinking. I'm going more along the lines with like who can use it the best, because the idea
Yeah,
is that
no, I totally agree. But I don't think like a cleric who's gonna do like spirit guardian stuff is like the best position.
no, I'm not.
No,
not for
he-
me. I don't.
he
I don't
doesn't
want
want
it. I
Well,
can't. I can't.
You're
I'm
also
not
a
proficient.
Okay,
moon
cool.
druid. Are you?
Uh,
You're gonna. I don't think you could use it as an animal.
I just didn't want it to get stolen like over the like next 8 hours. I'm totally fine having it go elsewhere.
Or are you?
If
This-
you guys have other like, propose all of your options. Do the things you want to do. I like, honestly, this is getting a little bit annoying. So make a decision.
I mean, I don't know. We haven't really dealt with it for more than like 10 or 15
Exactly.
seconds,
So let me keep it safe.
yeah,
we'll
no,
find
let's-
we'll find a good spot. Like I there's like none of me that wants it. I don't give a fuck about it. I just wanted to keep it safe for a little bit. And then you guys can all like figure out like where it's gonna go.
I don't want it.
Yeah.
I
So
don't want
right
it.
now, I
I'm like, just like literally like trying to just keep it safe for a little bit.
Okay, 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I'm gonna raise my hand. 2
Okay,
seconds.
cool.
So the idea is we just find out who uses it best, and then we give it to them. They kill something with it every once in a while.
Just trying to do.
It keeps it quiet, and and like you
Gr-
just said.
All right.
keeping it
Oh,
quiet-
Ferris
Dude.
wants it bad. So Ferris gets it.
Toothless.
I'm
If
just,
you don't care about it, I need you
I
to stop
don't.
talking over everyone and let
Okay.
everyone else figure out what to do with it. Okay?
Okay.
Because for somebody that doesn't care what happens to it, you won't stop talking about it.
I'm gonna dispel magic on you.
Okay? So there's 5 other players here that are trying to figure this out. If you're not invested in it, please allow them to do that, uninterrupted.
So I would say Pharaohs, but Pharaohs you can't make it a packed weapon, right? And that severely nerfs your ability with it.
No, can I so I can't use it as a packed weapon, or I can't like slot it into.
Because you have to make it a packed weapon, right? If I'm understanding Hexblade.
If
So-
you want
Roll with your
if you want
patron
to
thing.
break your pact with your current patron,
Ooh.
it
We're gonna
is
have 2
willing
goats
to
against this.
allow you to use it.
How, on a scale of 1 to awful, how bad would that be?
From what you know of your patron, there would be a new BBEG in the campaign.
Oh,
So I would say honestly, like Skull is probably the best fit because he's the only one that can use it proficiently. And unless anyone else can.
Okay.
then I'm
Unless
not-
technically Tariq can.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, Tariq.
I think he said it could be used as a staff or a
That's fine.
weapon. So
I don't know, like until ideally like I identified it, so I would know like it classifies as a trident, like alright, it's a 2-handed weapon.
okay. Oh,
So,
can a trident be
whoever-
one-handed?
A greater trident is a versatile weapon.
Okay.
So then,
All right,
ideally,
yeah.
it's whoever's going to use it to sate it. So we keep it quiet until we figure out how to destroy it.
Okay.
Right? Does everyone agree with
yeah,
me?
sure. I mean, if there was a new bad guy, that's just more game content. That's just more
That's
game
just
content.
more.
Yeah. So a greater trident is it does 1d6 plus 1 base damage, or 1d8 plus 1 base damage. It's a thrown weapon with a 1545 and versatile property. It's also a disarming weapon. So a disarming weapon gives you a +1 bonus to opposed attack rolls when trying to disarm an opponent, or a +2 bonus if you're using it two-handed. And basically, it's referencing the disarming rules from Dungeons Master's Guide, page 271, blah, 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 blah. Is it the best thing you could possibly do? Disarming is not considered a very efficient thing in 5e because, like, you could pick things up pretty easily. So if you don't time disarms correctly, the guy just likes, oh, thanks, and he picks his weapon back
Item
up.
interaction, yeah.
Yeah, but if you do disarm people correctly, it can be pretty devastating to opponents that rely on their weapons. So, that's just something to consider as well, I guess. Now,
Mhm.
it would provide its powers to whoever was using. Mainly, it's being a butt about working for Pharos because Pharos already has a packed weapon. And so
Cheating.
there's some jealousy there. These weapons, again, think about your pets, right? Like they're not as complex, right, as like as a human being. Like these weapons are intelligent, but they're simple in their thought processes and what they like and what they don't like and things like that. And they can be very emotional, childish sometimes, as a result. So.
All right, so yeah, I will take it for now, and then I don't think I will
and honestly, see
attune
how
to
plays
it
out. I mean,
immediately. I don't think I would actually attune to it. Probably, I'd get to take it on a date, get to know it better first.
All right, it takes it would take an hour. It takes an hour to attune to it for sure.
Yeah.
So that's something to consider as well.
Okay.
While you guys have your cleric friend there, did you have any other questions for him? Because the stuff that you brought up has raised additional concerns for him, but I know that you guys have been very busy with this, resolving the sunken ruins and all that jazz, and now you're back in town, so there's a lot of things that you probably want to catch up on, a lot of people that you probably need to catch up with, that kind of thing. So it's up to you, though.
I wanted to ask him like more about the banishing thing. If something is banished, do you have to bring it back, or do you have the ability to bring it back? Does it like compromise you in the future? Because I don't want to drag you into this if you don't have to be.
Well, the artifact will probably blow if for what happens, and you do bring up a strong moral question. Who am I to take our problems and cast them out for someone else to deal with? So it was an old man being lazy.
Well, maybe we'll consider that if this thing gets to be a little bit unmanageable, I guess. Maybe as a short, when we run out of options. I guess for now, I think my friends and I will bear the burden and try to manage this artifact.
As you say, if there is anything that you need from me, do not hesitate to come by. In the meantime, I will continue to try and find more assistance to rout out the clerics and cultists who are causing problems in the city.
Yeah, I want to get to the bottom of that. If we can.
All right, well.
Okay, so Pharaohs, when you mention that, you hear kind of a sad chuckle from the cleric. And he's like, the dwarves, they grow more and more ornery each and every day. They have, for some reason, they keep winding themselves up. Now they're dealing with a haunted mine, and I'm sure they'll find some way to blame it on others. But yes, they are very upset with the Chilton blacksmith. That is one of many things they are furious about.
Are those blacksmiths the faithful quartermasters of Joaquin?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The faithful quartermasters are new in town. This rivalry goes much further back.
Okay. Trying to connect the dots, I'm sorry.
You are familiar with the Dwarven Anvil? It is weapon shop. Master Smith works there. She is quite beautiful. Her name is Mephira. She and her son inherited a set of masterwork dwarven tools and facility. The dwarves feel that this is very bad. They have asked to buy the tools from her, and she refuses. They also want to know where she learned how to use them and why she is so proficient in the dwarven secret arts of the forge. They feel that she is culturally appropriating them, I guess.
Tools are meant to be used.
It is, a sword is a sword. If a person make good sword, it's good. But dwarf is very proud people, and they're very angry with her. Also angry with town council. Want town to take offer from Daggerford. They feel that it would be better for industry if there were stronger regional alliances. So they're just super mad about everything right now.
Yeah, that's dwarves are like that. We tend to be that way.
No, it is a good trait, but sometimes it can be tiresome.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
But I know you have full plates, so you don't need to add more to it. But it seems this one, he kind of motions at Pharaohs, has an interest in it, so I leave it to you.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. My assistants are kind of caught up in it. So.
Side quest. I want to go talk to a blacksmith anyway.
All right. So, for now, you have the option of banishing it and, hey, it's out of our hair. Let somebody else in the multiverse deal with this nonsense. So there's that. There's also the possibility of mastering it. There's that. And then, of course, you could always figure out how to destroy it. And none of these are mutually exclusive. So those are your three, it sounds like, possible paths to take with this weapon.
So I have a question. For any future like sentient weapons, I can't use them as my pack weapon because they are like...
Oh, no. It just depends on the weapon.
So,
like,
okay,
yeah, this particular... Right. Now, not every sentient weapon is a packed weapon.
Right.
But this one is. Like, it has the potential to be essentially a hexblade, to be a hexblade patron. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So, but like, there are sentient weapons, I don't want to say all over the place because they are pretty rare, but like, yeah, you can find a sentient weapon and be like, hey, you want my packed weapon? And it would be like, hell yeah. Like, it just depends on the weapon.
Okay.
Yeah,
I really hope he gets a weapon that sounds like that.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Like this particular one, it was made for a purpose. It has its own boss. It is its own boss. It wants to do it wants to do things its way. It would just never, like, yeah, it wouldn't work because it's already attuned to a different power and all of that jazz. So, yeah. But again, if you wanted to cut ties with your current patron,
that seems bad. You just got started, so I don't want to.
Right.
We haven't formally met yet. So.
And the thing about warlocks and hexblades is you get to keep everything that was given to you. Like, they were all gifts. But how I explained because a lot of DMs are like, well, if you don't listen to your patron, you're gonna lose all your powers. Like, that's not how warlocks work in 5th edition. Like, you are taught these secrets and you get to keep them. But what happens is if you just view your patron like you would view anyone else that you have a relationship with, right? So, like, if I'm dating somebody and we break up, they're like, well, you can keep your stuff, right? Because obviously I can. They're not going to take back my birthday presents and stuff that they gave me. Right? But they're not going to take back the recipe for amazing scrambled eggs that they taught me because they already gave it to me. That doesn't mean they're not going to slash my tires. It doesn't mean that, yeah, it doesn't mean that they're not going to put, mail me a dead, fish to work. You know what I mean? They're not going to make my life completely miserable in every single way. But, that's what you got to think about with patrons. Like, are they the kind that will be upset if you dump them? Like, that's the danger with warlocks.
Does his patron know that he like wavered right now?
Oh. But yeah, I mean, and then there's possible side quests through Pharos' patron. You guys as a party have a patron in a non-supernatural kind of way that you could check back in with. He might have work for you. There's a lot of quests available right now.
There's a lot of stuff we just kind of we spent like 3 weeks in the lizard swamp because we couldn't decide on something and we left everything behind. Good to be back.
I want to sort out this dragon thing they got going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's that going on. So
we need money. I want to sell some stuff.
Do you guys want a slightly whirlwind like catch up at least before the session winds down of what's going on in the town? That might help you make better decisions there.
Yeah,
okay.
What happened to? I also want to know what happened to Sigma.
Okay, yeah. Why don't we do like some quick questions there? All right, that sounds good. So Sigma, excellent question. Sigma, apparently was transported to Waterdeep.
Interesting.
Because that's where the biggest prison on the Sword Coast is.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
I'm sure you made it there.
Right.
Did she make it there?
Well, you guys could probably investigate into that. The answer is no. She did not make it there. Yeah, like when they went to get her out of the prison ship, she was not there.
The brother did it.
So unsure what happened there. But she may be at large. She may have been killed. She may have never gotten on the boat. So that's something that you could ask around about. Any other questions? I could sort of round robin answer them quickly to kind of set you guys up for success. I don't want to skip over the role playing so much as there's 6 of you and there's a lot of business in town. So I wanted to kind of at least give you guys a place to RP chat throughout the week, because you'll have a better idea of current events in the town.
Like that's like a mall directory of the town, like sometime during the week, or
there is a website.
There is.
That
I'll link it
for
to
the
you.
campaign. Yeah, that has all the different locations in town and stuff listed.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So a big thing right now is that the dwarves are dealing with a haunted mine shaft. So basically, they found like an ancient mine shaft while they were digging their new mine shafts, and it's full of ghosts, spooky stuff.
I'm like super excited.
Yeah, so that's a potential quest you could do. Your patron has a job for you. He is short story. He's willing to pay you 10,000 gold. To track down and return a lockbox from a derelict ship that went missing on its return voyage from the New World and has been lost at sea for over a year and has recently been spotted.
Ghost ship.
So, yeah, so that's a nautical adventure. You get to meet and use your crew, which has been hired. They're over here. I guess I could show you those guys real quick. You guys provided some amazing artwork. So from that artwork, hired up your crew. So your specialist, aka the people that are costing you a lot of money, you've got Navigator, Vivian Fairbanks.
Oh, I love her.
You've got Alchemist, Lafayette, Westwind, and Jerry. Not sure which one's which. You've got Surgeon Marcus Blackwater, aka Doc. You've got the cook, Gerard Smilebringer Wildheart.
Smilebringer.
Yeah. And his, I believe, halfling assistant, Alphonse Crabapple. You have your ship wizard, Aurora. And then you've got your experienced pilot, Marshall Novak. there should be like several $signs in Marshall's name because he's costing you a lot of money. So that being said, you then have your kind of basic bitch sailors. You got Barnes Rackham. You got these two Shulton kids hanging out with you, Jerome Orfeo and Bianca Orfeo.
Cool. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yep. And then you've got Shaggy here. Looking great. You got Rhonda Rockfist. You've got Mist in the Morning, aka Mist. Anton Hall. Amelia Hayden. Whoop. I selected both of them. There we go. Amelia Hayden. And then you've got Scarlett Fletcher. All of these people come vetted by your patron. And were hired from the Nautical Guild. So these people are well trained and skilled at what they do. So
How much, what are we looking at, like, per monthly cost?
Yeah. So let's see.
I mean, I guess we don't need that right now.
Oh man, that sounded painful.
Like, what are we gonna need to? What kind of upkeep are we looking at?
Yeah. Let's see. I have it in a document here. Hold on. Nope. You could do this, computer. I sort of killed my bandwidth this weekend, downloading hundreds of gigs worth of stuff and then re-uploading it to YouTube. So my internet provider's like, bandwidth? You don't get any bandwidth. You crazy? Okay, so here's the thing. Swabs, which are like the bottom of the barrel, they cost you a gold piece a day to employ, because that's like minimum wage in Forgotten Realms. Riggers, who are slightly more experienced and can like tie knots and climb ropes and nets without falling and breaking their necks and stuff like that, they are 2 gold a day. Physician, he costs you 10 gold a day. Your cook is 5 gold a day, but you don't have to pay double because his assistant just kind of comes with the package. Let's see. An actual bard is 5 gold a day, but I'm gonna be honest, Shaggy's not really a bard. I mean, he fancies himself a bard, but like, you know, he put bard on his resume, but he's not, you know, he's not a real bard yet. He's a bard in training. But a ship wizard is 20 gold a day. Right. And your experienced pilot is 15 gold a day. So these are some really expensive people that your patron kind of recommended to you guys. He kind of points out to you, though, that like 10,000 gold could be invested back into businesses in the economy, make you a lot of money. Can also, you know, be used to upgrade your ship, and you know, you can also set your ship up with a full crew so it can autonomously make money for you when you aren't on the ship. Like, he kind of like tries to sell you on that aspect of it.
Yeah.
So yeah. And the potential for money making is there. Like, your ship can definitely turn a profit. It's a fast ship. It's now got its full repairs on it, and it has a really strong crew. So you could do a lot with this ship now. If you wanted to just say nope, we're not going to pay no $20 for or 20 gold a day for a whiz robe, you can do that. Turn her away. That's fine. It's it's your ship. So, but it is recommended that if you don't have your own ship wizard, or you're not going to be on the ship all the time, it's pretty much like having like insurance in like Forgotten Realms to make sure that you have a ship wizard on your ship. Yeah.
So these people are trustworthy enough for us to say, like, hey, can you guys go sell all of that silk and wine we have?
Oh yeah, for sure. And also, because you got them Prime War, they are 100% okay with smuggling and breaking the law.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to
Okay.
call them pirates because you guys are privateers.
I was just gonna mention that.
We have the, inside out flag. It's okay.
Yeah.
Morally gray.
Right. Yeah, and that being said, like, he also kind of hints that he is looking to do more business out of Lantan, because all them firearms really got him thinking that there's some business opportunities there. And with a certain snake lady no longer making that journey, that kind of leaves an opening there. So he's kind of thinking about maybe pushing in that direction. Offers that as an opportunity for you guys. His number one thing definitely seems to be the recovery of this ship.
Okay.
Yeah. Which, if you decide to pursue it, we could role play out like him giving you like the quest intro and all that kind of stuff. But again, there's other stuff to do. You've got the dragon situation. If you wanted to stick around the swamp and do more swampy stuff, there's trying to figure out what to do with this weapon. There's trying to track down the Black Star out in the swamps / Scarlet Brotherhood. There's trying to figure out what's going on with cultists in town. And yeah, I mean, there's so much for you guys to do. But what would be great for me is if by next week you guys come to a general consensus about what your next arc is going to be, like what you would like to pursue. So if you're like, we want that 10,000, yo, we can definitely go in that direction. And if you guys decide on something else, I will point out though that some of the, like, in a sandbox game, you won't be able to do everything, right? So if you guys are like, we're going to do this instead of that, they're going to hire other adventurers to go take care of the other problems. Like, you're not the only show in town, kind of thing. So that's kind of a good thing because you're not carrying the entire weight of the world on your shoulders. But it also means that there's just certain things you just can't do everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I don't want anybody to stress out about that too much, right? Like, because there's so much D&D for us to play. And like, if you're still not getting enough D&D, one of my Friday players is starting to run D&D, and then we've got this super cool lady that's going to be running some D&D. So there's lots of D&D to play. So don't worry about the missed opportunities, because there's just infinite amount of D&D. It's a completely renewable resource.
I have a question. What is the Sun group up to?
Oh man. Well, I will say that they have also fought the Great White Shark. And while they fought the Great White Shark, I thought of Illyria the whole because they were so mad at that shark. Like, they were furious at that shark. That shark gave them quite a time. So it is a shared experience that you guys now have, is that shark is a real bitch. Yeah. So and they don't have the same luck that you guys. There's one guy in the group that's absolutely insane. Like, he gets like 5 crits every week. He's kind of like their Pharaohs, basically. Like, he just is like, he's like a crit machine. He's like dropping heavy damage all the time. But everybody else, it feels like RNGesus hates them. Like, this dude, he casts like a Chaos Bolt, and it was supposed to kill the shark. And it would have killed the shark. The shark had 6 hit points left, and he did like max damage with it, and like got to do a second Chaos Bolt or whatever for double damage or some craziness like that. But he had to roll randomly for damage, and of the 8 different damages he could have done, he ended up with poison, and that was the only damage it was immune to. Yeah, and then the shark just ran him over and basically almost killed him. They just, I don't know. You guys have a lot more luck than that group for sure. So
if the games happen like concurrently, do things affect things that happen to them, or vice versa, or
sort of. But yeah, like, for example, there's a Pharos in their game, right? Because initially you were going to join that group.
Yeah, that was bad of me.
Right. No. So I seeded you into the world, and they rescued you from some stuff. Like, you were rescued in both universes. But now you're actually like an NPC, like in their campaign. Because like, I was like, well, I already got this character, and they already met him and everything. So So yeah, you're like in that world kind of thing. So it's more like it's not the same reality, but like characters exist in Saltmarsh as locals,
That's
kind of
fine.
thing, and their instances of their characters exist in your set. So like there's a group of like, you know, criminals running around essentially in Saltmarsh, believe it or not. And they're part of you know, that situation. So you may or may not run into them. But it wouldn't be the same. It would be like Flash goes into an alternate timeline kind of thing.
Wibbly wobbly
Okay.
time.
Yeah.
Let's
like
make
one of
that our
my songs,
next
like,
quest.
I'm you, but evil.
Search for
I'm
them.
you,
Aw.
but evil.
All right. So, cool. Congratulations for finishing up the arc of getting this weapon. There will be quest XP for completing this. And then I'll post that up into chat during the week. Gosh. Yeah, I know that magic items are contentious. I was telling another DM about it when I was like, it's going to be a rough session tonight because magic weapons are not magic weapons, excuse me, sentient weapons can be a real problem because they are antagonistic. The less goodly ones. Actually, no, they're all, because the good ones are like old school, like alignment system. So, you know, if you found like a lawful good sword, it would be like, you know, that guy's stealing, arrest him. You know,
Cut his
like,
hand
like
off.
stuff like
What?
that. Yeah, right. Yeah, they're like super black and white, so they're always a real pain in the ass. But this weapon was written into Evil Tides, so I'm honoring the original adventure here. So, and it's, I'm not gonna lie, it is very strong. It's a very strong weapon. It's not as strong as Wave. Wave is broken, but it is very strong.
Okay.
All right. Any other time questions or quest ending questions before we adjourn for the week? All right. I think you guys have a lot to think about. Those of you that are forced to celebrate Thanksgiving, thoughts and prayers. I've had three Thanksgivings already this week.
Oh my
So
gosh.
I'll probably have 7 before Thanksgiving is over. See, none of my relatives like each other.
Oh
So
no.
right, so I have to celebrate like instances of like I have to grind Thanksgiving. So I have to run like the same Thanksgiving instance like 7 times to get through it. So I really don't like Thanksgiving very much for that reason. Yeah, I get tired of eating amazingly rich, delicious food. Plus, I don't know. I'm on like, I guess, a diet or whatever because I like tried to lose all this weight this year. So I'm not really looking forward to not having anything to eat at seven meals. So if you see me hashtag fuck Thanksgiving, that's the whole backstory. There's nothing super tragic that happened at Thanksgiving. I just don't like it very much. But anyways, I hope you guys have a good week. And we're not going to let the holidays stand in our way. We're going to be back here next Sunday to play some more Dungeons and Dragons. I will try to be active during the week. So if you have RP stuff, it would give me a great distraction at these different family events. So I will try to jump in and partake of any NPCs that you might want to talk to. Could be a fun way to get a lot of town business taken care of without taking up the whole session, right? Because fantasy shopping is amazing, but so is going on adventures. So if you wanted to try to cover a lot of that stuff in chat, I will endeavor to be there for you. So, alrighty. Also, last question was were the music robots better than what we were dealing with?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
They're
I liked
pretty
it.
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
When
How
you started
spooky
playing the
heartbeating
freaking heartbeat,
was,
Oh, so they fought. You know that room where there were the gibbering mouthers or whatever?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Today?
So
Oh,
they
man.
fought those today to kind of place them in the timeline for you guys.
That's fine.
And they were like, so what are they like ASMR whispering to us or whatever? So like I got like a girl doing ASMR, like random AMSR for like 45 minutes straight. And I just had that like playing in the background, like under the combat music. And like there were times where like the thing would like go to attack and you just hear this girl be like, and that's when I told him that I hated him and I was gonna kick his ass, and the next thing I knew we were kissing. and they were just like, what? You know, and then the thing starts like biting the guy, and like he's just like, is it kissing me? I don't even know what's going on anymore. And yeah, they were like freaked out because like this girl's just like ASMR whispering in the background, all this random nonsense. And yeah, so it's been a lot of fun to have access to, because this is how I've always run Roll20. Like the tools for music used to be type in whatever you want and we'll play it. And then they got into all this legal trouble. So yeah. And then I tried to be a good citizen, and I bought like legitimate music, and I bought music that would be licensed for us to use and all that. And then like half the time the player breaks and everything, and it's like meh. So we're gonna use these little robots until somebody tells us we can't use them. So all right, cool.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Crash. One more thing. Could we get the other crew members tokens on the board? Do we have? It's like fully crewed now. It can.
Oh, the ones you previously
Yeah,
had.
yeah.
Yeah. I can move those over.
Yeah.
They're still on the ship.
Just want to see everyone.
Yeah, that would be Amy, Arvin, Badal, and
Kip,
Merrick.
Phantasm.
Yep, Foxy, Sly, and Phantasm. Did you keep Phantasm?
I believe so.
I think
that's the blue hair.
Oh
right?
yeah, there he is. Yeah. The one that's, I don't want to say
Fanboy
in
Turi.
love with Turi, but basically.
Pretty much worse.
Yeah.
Did you even charm him? I don't think you even did. I think that was natural.
All right, there they go.
Hey,
Look at that
brothers.
fine crew. Yeah. I also like how these little dwarves have like totally like regular character sheets, like my man Burger, and that's okay. There you go. And I think before Captain Scarf died, he basically told Tits McGee that she was Tits McGee is the bartender
That's
at
Theodosa.
the Empty Net. Yeah. So Theodosa, Sly Webb, he basically put her in charge, ? But pretty much when this dude shows up, he's like, I'm in charge. Yeah.
I am the
Silver Fox.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, looking good, guys. You are set up now. And I don't know about money, but you guys had I think you've earned some money. I don't know if it's already divvied out or if you're doing a party fund or how you guys are handling that, but that would be another thing to get sorted out now that you're back in town. And if you're curious about any items or potential magic items, you should probably throw that up into chat and be like, hey, I found this thing. Is this magic? And I will just assume that somebody was there to detect it and somebody was there to identify it, so we can kind of speed that process up as well.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Then we will adjourn. I hope everybody has a great time. And yeah, that's about it. All right. Night, everybody.
Thanks, Crash.
Thanks.
Night.
Have a good one.
Later.
Bye.
Everybody.